All right, y'all. We give praise, esteem, and honor to Abba and Shamayim in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach. Pick this up in John chapter 5, verse 39. Search the scriptures, for in them you think you have eternal life, and they are they which testify of me. And you will not come to me that you might have life. I receive not honor from men, but I know you, that you have not the love of Elohim in you. I come in my Abba's name, and you receive me not. If another shall come in his own name, him you will receive. How can you believe which receive honor one from another, and not the honor that comes from Elohim only? Do not think that I will accuse you to Abba. There's one that accused you, even Moses, in whom you trust. Had you believed Moses, you would have believed me, for he wrote it. But if you believe not his writings, how should you believe my words? All esteem and praise of Abba and Shamayim in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach. Shalom, East, man. Shalom, Mother Shalom. Shalom, Ari, man. John chapter 8, verse 31, man. Shalom, Jay. Then said Yahushua to those Yahudim which believed on him, if you continue in my word, you are my disciples indeed. And you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. They answered him and said, we be Abraham's seed. We've never been in bondage to any man. How say you shall be made free? Shalom, Brother Herman, man. Yahushua answered them, truly, truly, I say unto you, whosoever commits sin is a servant of sin. And the servant abide not in the house forever, the son abide forever. If the son therefore shall make you free, you shall be free indeed. Isaiah chapter 11, verse 1.
And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots. And the rock of Yahuwah shall rest upon him, the rock of wisdom and understanding, the rock of counsel and might, the rock of knowledge and of the fear of Yahuwah. He shall make him of quick understanding in the fear of Yahuwah. He shall not judge after the sight of his eyes, neither reprove after the hearing of his ears. For with righteousness shall he judge the poor, and reprove with equity for the meek of the earth. He shall smite the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips shall he slay the wicked. And righteousness shall be the girdle of his loins, and faithfulness the girdle of his reins.
What is called? Oh, Exodus 9 and 14. Shalom, Brother Marcus, man. Come on, Exodus 9 and 14.
For I will at this time send all my plagues upon your heart and upon your servants and upon your people, that you may know that there is none like me in all the earth. For now I'll stretch out my hand, that I may smite you and your people with pestilence, and you shall be cut off from the earth. And in very deed, for this cause have I raised you up, for to show you my power, and that my name may be declared throughout all the earth.
Now, we've been looking at a few things. I left you with something in Deuteronomy 33, correct? Let's go around now. What did I leave you? That's what I left you with. Read Deuteronomy 33 and 15. You can make it 13. You read the whole thing. Ain't gonna hurt nobody. Wasn't that your song when you were young? Oh, you don't know that song, huh? You from New York? You supposed to know. Y'all niggas like to dance and whatnot. So you don't know Kid and Play. Ain't gonna hurt nobody. Get on down. So you ain't never watched House Party? Class act? Shalom, Mama Steph. That's unfortunate.
Concerning of Joseph, he said, Baruch of Yahuwah be his land for the precious things of Shamayim, for the dew and for the deep that couch beneath.
That's right.
For the precious fruits brought forth by the sun, and for the precious things put forth by the moon.
That's right.
For the chief things of the ancient mountains, for the precious things of the lasting hills, and for the precious things of the earth and fullness thereof, and for the goodwill of him that dwelt in the bush. Let the blessing come upon the head of Joseph, and upon the head of him that was separated from his brethren.
His glory.
It's like the firstling of his bullock, and his horns are like the horns of unicorns. And with them he shall push the people together to the ends of the earth. They are the 10,000s of Ephraim, and they are the thousands of Manasseh.
My God, today. What you think this is? The first, his glory is like the firstling of his bullock. Tell him what a firstling is, sir.
That's the core, firstborn, firstling. Of men and women, of animals. Chief.
Well, what's a bullock? You like bullock? Whoa. That's amazing. Mm-hmm.
The shore, ox, bull, a head of cattle.
A head of cattle. What come to your mind with that for your law mind? Couple things should come to your mind. I help you out.
It's one in Deuteronomy 17, verse 1, about a sheep, first born sheep or something like that without blemish.
Yeah, but we talking about an ox. I don't want no sheep. Yeah, this is glorious like the firstling of his bullock. So on, brother. Okay. Exodus 13 and 1.
And Yahuwah spake unto Moses, saying, sanctify to me all the firstborn.
All the what?
All the firstborn.
All the who?
Firstborn.
Do what with?
Whatsoever opened the womb among the children of Yasharal, a man and a beast that is mine.
A man and a what?
A man and a beast that is mine.
Is who?
It is mine.
What a beast is? You got beast?
Behemah, beast, cattle, animal.
Let's see what else we got.
Any large quadruped or animal.
Go to Deuteronomy 15. Pay me up in 15. Shalom, Quinn, man. Shalom, Sister Virginia. Come on, Deuteronomy 15 and 15.
You should remember.
Let me make sure. But go all the way back to 12, because it's going to come up eventually. Deuteronomy 15 and 12.
And if your brother, a Hebrew man or a Hebrew woman, be sold unto you and serve you 6 years, then in the 7th year you shall let him go free from you. When you send him out free from you, you shall not let him go away empty.
Hold on. Run it back, my selector, and read verse 12 again.
Say if your brother, a Hebrew man or a Hebrew man or a Hebrew woman be sold unto you and serve you 6 years, then in the 7th year you shall let him go free from you.
Pause. Read John 8:31 again. Hey, don't try me back there. I promise to you I'm going to bury somebody today. Don't be back there with that foolishness. He said beast is also a species of creation that does not possess the frontal cortex like the human species does. I don't know, Johnny begs different. He said he ain't got one either. He need to catch on quick. You smoke this off. He said he was smoking good mid, good grip.
Good mid,
Brian had the zip. We good getting back right. Don't feel bad. It happened to all pie here. Need about 3 years shake back.
Popcorn.
I don't know about that. That's what pulled one out the bag. I don't know about that. God 8:31. Peace, the other die, man.
Then said Yahushua to those Yahudim which believed on him, if you continue in my word, are you my disciples indeed? You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
Truth to do what?
Make you free.
What else?
They answered him, we be Abraham's seed, and were never in bondage to any man. How say you, we shall be made free?
Well, go ahead.
Yahweh answered them, truly, truly, I say unto you, whosoever commits sin is the servant of sin.
Mm.
And the servant abide not in the house forever, but the son abide forever. The son therefore shall make you free, you shall be free
Now
indeed.
don't read Deuteronomy 15 and 12 again. You might as well. Ain't gonna hurt nobody. Get on down. Play that for you later. You know how to do the kid and play? You don't know how to do the kid and play? But y'all niggas ain't never seen the kid and play?
Yeah, that's what they do. Footwork.
He said, if your brother,
Say we here. Where this nigga come from? Come here.
if your brother, a Hebrew man or a Hebrew woman, be sold unto you,
Paul, how you sold unto him? Let's take a look. Romans 7. 7 and 7. After that, Ezekiel 18 and 1. I'm just trying to set a point of reference. Shalom, me. I'm just trying to set a point of reference. Romans 7 and 7.
so what shall we say then? Is the law sin? Elohim forbid.
Mm-hmm.
Nay, I had not known sin, but by the law, for I had not known lust, except the law had said, you shall not covet.
Come on.
But sin taken occasion by the commandment,
What did it do?
brought in me all manner of concupiscence.
And what else?
For without the law, sin was dead. For I was alive without the law once.
Go
So
ahead.
when the commandment came, sin revived, and I died.
What else?
And the commandment, which was ordained to life, I found to be unto death.
What else?
For sin taken occasion by the commandment deceived me, and by it slew me.
What else?
Wherefore the law is Kadash, and the commandment Kadash, and just and good.
Come on.
Was then that which is good made death unto me?
God forbid.
But sin that it might appear sin, working death in me by that which is good. That sin by the commandment might become exceeding sinful.
Come on.
For we know that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal, sold under sin.
You carnal what?
Sold under sin.
You carnal what?
Sold under sin.
Tell them what sold mean, man. You sold your soul for a bankroll? You turned in your man card? A lot of niggas turning in their God card. Playing with sin. Turning in your God card.
That's a Prasco, that's to sell a price, or to sell one into slavery.
To sell one into slavery. He said, if any brother, a Hebrew man or Hebrew woman be sold unto you and serve you 6 years, in the 7th year you shall let him go free. What's in that 7th year? What day Jubilee on? My God, today. Now, Ezekiel 18 and 1, just the aspect that when you commit sin, you ain't selling yourself to Satan. You selling yourself in bondage to God, and he gonna pay you what you owe. And you know what you owe? Death. Ezekiel 18 and 1.
The word of Yahuwah came unto me again, saying, what mean you that you use this proverb concerning the land of Yasharal, saying, the fathers have eaten sour grapes, and the children's teeth are set on edge.
What else?
As I live, saith Yahuwah Elohim, you shall not have occasion anymore to use this proverb in Yasharal. Behold, all souls are mine.
All souls are mine.
As the soul of the Father, so also the soul of the Son is
And the
mine.
soul that sin,
It shall die.
my God, today. Now come on back to Deuteronomy 15 and 12 and run it again.
And if your brother, a Hebrew man or a Hebrew woman, be sold unto you and serve you 6 years, then in the 7th year you shall let him go free from you.
Listen.
When you send him out from free from you, you shall not let him go away empty.
Hold on. Tell them what free mean, man.
That's sheep free.
Free from slavery, with no debt, tax, or obligation. So if the Son shall make you free, you shall be free indeed. That's why I say you trying to spy out my liberty. I don't have no tax, debt, or obligation, nor am I a slave to sin. I seen one of them women who call themselves so knowledgeable in the word. It's not because she's a woman, because she's a certified douchebag. Anybody who came across her, I ain't gonna call her name. She's agitating, aggravating, and everything of the sort. And they spread it to me. Ain't nobody saved right now. I'm gonna tell you something right now, man. If you in the word and you ain't saved, you got a problem. Because if you tell me you ain't saved right now, that means you ain't got the Ruach HaKodesh right now. And that means you still committing sin. And that means you still in slavery, ho. You ain't finna tell me I'm in bondage, ho. You speak for yourself. You know what I'm talking about? They get mad when you talk to them like that. A man asked me today, man, he say, man, what the Bible say about covering up sins? I said, you ain't supposed to cover nobody's sin. You're supposed to say that that you are of light. Go to just read it for him. Ephesians 5 and 7. You ain't supposed to cover up nothing for these niggas, man. You know what I'm talking about? These niggas always talking about you supposed to do stuff in the house. If you hear niggas say you supposed to deal with wickedness in house, he wicked as hell. Better put your track shoes on and run. This man ain't never tell you to deal with no sin in house. Niggas act like you getting embarrassed in front of the nation. These niggas ain't watching you. Them people is not watching you. I guarantee you, the white man that work at Merrill Lynch is not watching your YouTube videos, man. He's not following the social media, none of you niggas, to know what any of you got going on. I promise you, I guarantee you, white folks didn't walk around and say we embarrassed by Jim Baker or Jimmy Swaggart. They ain't give a damn. He ain't got nothing to do with me. Catholic priests around here touching little boys all across the world. Them white folks ain't care about that. The only people who care about it was the people in the Catholic Church because it's bad for business for them. Average everyday person don't care about that. You know why? Because it don't affect their life. When things don't directly affect people's life, they generally don't care. For real, East, man, them people ain't paying you. These niggas really think these white folks is watching your Facebook page, on Clubhouse, listening to your arguments, following your Instagram, subscribe to your YouTube page. Man, the people living their life. Them people barely following the people who preach the word who look like them. To be keeping up with what you doing. We get embarrassed in front of the nations. Nah, nigga, you embarrassed yourself. You ever seen Knocked Up? That nigga say, man, I'm finna go in there and shave my pubes. He say, man, last time you did that, I took a dump and looked like a raccoon. He said, man, you embarrassed me in front of company. He said, no, you embarrassed yourself. You ain't embarrassing them. But people, anybody embarrassing you in front of them people, you're embarrassing yourself. But listen to what he say, man. Ephesians 5 and 7. You can make it 6, but that's how I feel. And I mean that from the depths of my soul, man. You supposed to tell on that nigga. Yeah, but see, that's something a little different. Because that's talking about swearing and other stuff. But it's the same thing, but it's a little different. But it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? You know, you supposed to put the rock upside the nigga head.
I just remember reading somebody who seen it.
Yeah, but it mentions swearing. That's why I say it's the same, but we can read it. It's the same, but it's different. But it's the same at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Shalom, RT.
So let no man deceive you with vain words, for because of these things come the wrath of Elohim upon the church.
Don't let nobody deceive you with what?
Vain words.
Don't let nobody lie to you with worthless words.
Be not you therefore partakers with them.
Don't be involved with them.
For you were sometimes darkness.
You were sometimes darkness.
Now are you light in the Lord.
Now you got life.
Walk as the children of light.
Walk as who?
The children of light.
Walk as the sons of God.
For the fruit of the Ruach is in all goodness and righteousness and truth.
That's right.
Proving what is acceptable unto the Lord.
What else?
Have no fellowship with the unfruitful
Don't
works of
have
darkness,
no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness.
but rather reprove them.
But check it.
For it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret.
It's a shame for you to speak of them things done in secret. So what you supposed to do, man?
But all things that are reproved are made manifest.
That means you got to make it open.
For whatsoever do make manifest is light.
If you make it manifest, that means you of God. You know why? John 3 and 17. Nigga crazy as hell. Because you don't want to get embarrassed. That nigga, if he didn't want to get embarrassed, he shouldn't have been doing what he was doing. You supposed to say something, or you supposed to put the nigga out. Now I told you, we ain't never had to put nobody out, because nigga leave on their own. And you know why nigga leave on their own? Because they know ain't nobody finna co-sign that junk you got going on, cuz. You want to rub on buns? That's your business. But ain't nobody going to tell you it's cool. Now, of course, we don't have a lot of women around here single for niggas to rub on buns and think they can stay here and do it. So they got to rub on outside buns. You know what I'm saying? Just being honest with you. Peace, brother Omar, man. Just being honest with you. Because nobody can't catch you or see you or tell on you. You know what I'm saying? See, if you're in the midst of, I just seen somebody post something, you sisters need to be more modest. You know what I'm talking about? Whoop, whoop, de whoop. Nigga already know, man, you can't walk in here looking like no street walker, man. Because I'm going to say something to your husband, and if he don't say nothing, then I'm going to say something to you. What you got going on. You know what I'm talking about? It's not acceptable. But you should already know that. You want to show your belly button, shoot, go to the strip club. You want your titties out, go and walk the street corner. You know what I'm saying? You want to walk with your yams out. Hey, man, look here, man. Go ahead and get on back page, man. They probably still around. You can sell that monkey all you want to. If you want to look like one, we're going to talk to you like one. No, that's what you got to do. If there's a standard and you're gonna hold it. See, this is a problem. Is most people will compromise the standard to appease one, so then you gotta appease them all. But if you don't compromise it for nobody, then hey, this not going down. We're not doing that over here. And when people know that, and they know that ain't nobody gonna stamp it, what they gonna do, see? They gonna leave. But that means that the person who preaching holding the standard and the people around. See, the biggest problem is the people who you around ain't holding it. So then they can't hold you to accountability for your behavior. You know what I'm saying? There's all type of allegations. Now, some allegations you ain't gonna know about that niggas can't hold you accountable. Like, you know, people mentioning sexual deviant allegations, and niggas talking about that, and they talking about we supposed to handle that in-house. I ain't handling nothing in-house. Now, I don't think I never told y'all this before. I done told you ladies before. If that nigga beating on, call the police. Send that nigga to jail. You know what I'm talking about? Don't call what you calling me for. What you expect me to do? Tell him not to hit you like he gonna listen to me. That bond money he gonna pay, he gonna listen to that.
For the record at that point.
Yeah, you gotta put a trail just in case you shoot the nigga. You got a trail. You know what I'm saying? But they were talking about children getting touched on. I'm gonna tell you like this here. We not doing no internal investigation congregation-wide if somebody get accused of touching a child. You know, if you call me and tell me that, you know what I'm gonna tell you? You need to call the police. I don't know what you calling me for. You know what I'm talking about? I don't want nothing to do with no investigation on that. Hey, what am I going to investigate? And what is my conclusions going to find? If we find he did it, then what I'm supposed to do? Well, brother, don't do it again. Hell no. Lock that nigga up. Call the police on that nigga. What you calling me? I'm dead serious. Because reason being, there was an accusation made. People said certain stuff. They said they did an internal investigation in their congregation. That's their business. I'm not doing that. Don't call me with that. Call the police. You know what I'm saying? Because what are we supposed to do? We gonna stone the nigga? We definitely not finna let this nigga sit around everybody and he done found to doing that, so he need to be in jail. So them niggas can rub on his buns. You know what I'm talking about? Nigga can piss on him. I've seen niggas do that before. Not piss on the nigga, they pissed on his bed. You know what I'm talking about? All type of stuff, man. He need to go to jail and get tormented. Yeah, don't call me. It's certain stuff don't call me with because what do you want me to do? You need to call the police. You know why you need to call the police? Job 1929. That's why you need to call the police. Don't call me. I'm not the proper authority to be able to do nothing about that. What you looking like that for? No, we were talking about that earlier. Them niggas thought I was playing. I said, yeah, man, I tell my people, don't call me, man. Not about that. That's serious. That's serious deal. Yeah, you need to call the police. Cause that nigga need to go to jail. You know what I'm talking about? That nigga need to go to jail. And the reason why I'm mentioning this here is because with a lot of Israelites, they feel like you shouldn't call the police on another Israelite and get him locked up. You shouldn't bring the white man in our business. You lying to me. That nigga going to jail. You know what I'm talking about? And I don't care what Israelite don't like it. I don't care if you don't like it, you can unsubscribe. Nigga, if a nigga say you around here touching on children, you going to jail. Because I'm going to call the police on you. Damn so live. A nigga can take that how they want to take it. Nigga ain't finna be sitting around me but talking about he done touched on this child and we investigated it. I'm going to tell you who's going to investigate it. What do you say? In New York. You know how the thing go. There are victims. I don't remember word for it. You know what I'm talking about? Hear their story. Boom, boom. Special victims unit, nigga. You going to jail. That's who investigating that. You know what I'm talking about? I'm calling bitch in the stable on you, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? And I mean that from my soul. Boy, that's who investigating that. Well, you can't investigate that, man. I mean, you could investigate it, but then after if your findings and you find them to be guilty, what are you going to do? What judgment you going to put him out of the congregation so he can go to another one and do it again? Bruh, that's how that whole nigga Joshua, son of Abraham, who doing 40 years in the Michigan Department of Corrections doing that junk, because them niggas know he was a pervert. Ain't nobody say nothing until that man molested his wife's daughter. You know what I'm saying? And if one of these whole niggas would have said something 5-10 years ago, that little girl would have never had to experience that. You know what I'm saying? But guess what his wife did? Not what the rest of these Hebrew niggas did. She called the police on that nigga. And they went to court on that nigga. And that's why he doing 40 years. And I hope he get his butthole busted open right now. And I mean that, man. That nigga deserve that. I hope a nigga is sodomizing him every day of his sentence. I hope they shove a broomstick in his butt so he can feel somewhat of the pain that he made that little girl feel, because she got to live with that for the rest of her life. Straight like that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they doing to that nigga, he deserve every bit of it. Job 19:29.
Be you afraid of the sword?
Be you afraid of the what?
Of the sword.
What else?
For what bring the punishments of the sword, that you may know there is a judgment.
You better know it's a judgment. Omar said, you can't mess with the police. You going to jail, nigga. And nigga need to stand on that, man. You got to protect them children, man. You can't. That junk ain't cool. He always use that beforehand.
John 3:17.
John 3:17.
Say, for Elohim sent not his son into the world to condemn the world, but that through the world, through him might be saved.
Saved.
He that believe on him is not condemned, but he that believe not is condemned already. Because he had not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of Elohim. And this is the condemnation, that light is coming to the world.
Light come in the world.
And men love darkness rather than light.
Men love darkness rather than light. Because why?
Their deeds were evil. For everyone that do evil hate the light.
They hate the light. That's why they don't want nobody to say nothing, because they deeds evil.
Either come to the light lest his deeds should be reproved.
They don't want to be corrected because they want to keep on doing it, you dirty-faced bastard, you.
But he that do truth come to the light, that his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wrought in Elohim.
And it is what it is. Where you was at before? You can take it, feel how they feel. I don't give a damn.
15 and 13.
Come on back to Deuteronomy 15 and 13. See, a lot of niggas be caring because they care about subscriber counts and people sending money. And I don't care about none of that junk, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Nigga said to me, you can't. I told nigga straight up down, nigga. I said what I want to say, when I want to say it. Who gonna check me about it, nigga? And he said, well, you better have the same energy when you see this nigga. We ain't even talking about this man. You scared of this nigga? I don't even know this nigga. Because one thing we ain't gonna do is just throw that type of accusation on the dude, and that junk ain't been verified that it's true. Nigga, I mean, I'm nigga really from the street, man. Nigga really been on the road, man. That's the worst crime that can be attached to a man's name. So nigga don't take that lightly, man. That and rapist, man, you don't want that. Man, you can have murderer, child abuser. Niggas don't even get on your head about being a child abuser. But you talking about a child molester? A rapist? Oh, well, people coming to see you, boy. Man, I don't care nothing about what you talking about with that, cuz. You ain't talking about, no N-word, please. You're no different. You talk all day because nobody take you serious. If the N-word using your conversation, then you ain't the people who I'm supposed to be talking to. You know what I'm talking about? Straight them down. Nigga, I don't give a damn about that. I don't care nothing about that. Your sensibilities hurt. Care nothing about all that there, man, because you done let Mr. Charlie make you feel something. Man, I don't know care nothing about what them crackers talking about. What they made up or nothing, nigga. That junk don't dictate how I feel about myself. That's what's wrong with you, nigga. You don't care, but you don't want nobody to call you a nigga, but you embrace being a sinner all day long. You backwards bastard. Yeah, that's the crazy part. Don't call me no nigga, but I'm a sinner though. Nah, I ain't no sinner, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? And you calling me a nigga don't make me feel no way about myself. You know why? Because I know who I am and I know who I ain't. A white man can't make me feel no type of way about calling me no nigga. I don't know you. You saying that to antagonize me. You know what I'm talking about? That junk don't mean nothing to me, man. See, we talking about that earlier. I ain't know nothing about that black boy stabbed that white boy to death.
Yeah. They said he was messing with him allegedly.
Yeah, they say that white boy put hands on him. You know what I'm talking about? But this is what I was telling when we were reading about it, man. When I read the story about it, because JoJo mentioned it to me. Because he said, that's Carmelo Anthony's son. I said, Carmelo Anthony's son named Keon. Because you see, Carmelo named after his daddy, but Carmelo named his son the reverse name. So he named after his daddy, but he ain't named after his daddy at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I think Archie Manning did the same thing with Eli. gave him the reverse of naming him after. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, but when I read the story, how that junk went down, that white boy brought that on himself, putting your hands on people. That's what people problem is. That's why I tell you, leave people alone. You around there trying to bully somebody and tell somebody what to do. You done put your hands on this man. Now you're in the morgue. Now you can't put your hands on nothing because they cold. Trying to be tough and all that other extra stuff. You know what I'm saying? Leave people alone. But I mentioned all that there because you don't care nothing about that. Don't call me no nigga, but you'll call yourself a sinner. You call yourself an unbeliever. You call yourself all type of derogatory things that really have more effect on your mental than the word nigga ever will. Because it's going to be a self-reflection of how you see yourself when you look in the mirror. How you live your life, how you make your decisions. You know what I'm saying? They don't look at that. Now, of course, you know, some people, they don't like it, and that's cool. I ain't mad at you. But guess what? That's your business, not mine. And if it bothers you, guess what that means, Civic? Hey, man, this word wasn't for you anyway. Not even on no disrespectful level. That means you just not who I'm supposed to be trying to reach. So that ain't none of my business. Go to somewhere where it's more palatable for you. Because if you want sunshines and rainbows, then you might need to go see Al Sharpton or somebody, because I ain't got none of that. Come on with it, man. Shalom, Brother Shaul, man.
And when you send him out free from you, you should not let him go away
When
empty.
you send him out free, don't send him away what?
Empty.
Don't send him away what?
Empty.
Think about that for a moment. You shall furnish him what?
Liberally.
Shalom, Brother Mark. Liberally out of your what?
Out of your flock.
Tell him what liberally mean, man.
That's a knock. To serve as a necklace adorned with a neck ornament. To collar to adorn with necklace. Figuratively, to fit out with supplies.
To fit out with what?
Supplies.
My God, today. Come on, man. You going to send him out liberally. What you going to give him?
And out of your wine press.
You skip flock, though.
Out of your flock and out of your floor and out of your wine press.
Wherewith?
Yehoah Elohim have baruched you, you shall give unto him.
What you think this mean when he say you're gonna give him out of your provisions, man, out of your supplies, that once you set free, he don't send you away empty. He ain't gonna once he set you free, he ain't sending you out without no spirit. He ain't gonna send you out empty-handed. You're gonna leave a slave, you came in a slave, you're gonna leave a free man, and you're not leaving with nothing. Remember, he said, if the sun shall make you free, you're going to be what? And then he ain't sending you out for empty-handed. It's some spirit go with that. You see how the law goes? See, people just think that John 8 just in there for nothing. It's a little law for it. If you can pick up what he putting down. You know what I'm talking about? He finna tell you, verse 15. Listen.
You shall remember that you was a bondman in the land of Egypt.
And Yehoah your Elohim
redeemed you. Therefore, I command
so
you
guess what?
Today.
Yahushua remember that he was a bondman coming out of Egypt, so he remembered to set you free. My God, today. And it shall be.
If he say unto you, I will not go away from
because
you.
He love you.
In your house, because he is well with you.
Then you shall take an awl.
And thrust through his ear unto the door.
And he shall be your servant.
Forever.
Also unto your
maid servant.
Now see, that go with this here. This go with this right here. Come on over here to Jeremiah 6 and 14. Jeremiah 6 and 14. Yeah, I ain't noticed him anyway. I don't even know, cuz. You know what I'm saying? I know with a haircut like that, he shouldn't say nothing. Let me leave that man alone. That wasn't right. I apologize. That was immature. I apologize.
That have healed also the hurt of the daughter of my people, slightly saying, Shalom, Shalom, when there is no Shalom.
Go ahead.
Were they ashamed when they had committed abomination? Nay, they were not at all ashamed.
Listen.
Neither could they blush. Therefore they shall fall among them that fall. At the time that I visit them, they shall be cast down, saith Yahuwah. Thus saith Yahuwah, stand you in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths. Where is the good way? And walk therein. You shall find rest for your souls.
Rest for your souls. I think I got you in the wrong verse. I think it's verse 9.
Thus
saith
Yahuwah of hosts, they shall thoroughly glean the remnant of Yasharal as a vine.
Go ahead.
Turn back your hand as a grape gatherer into the baskets. To whom shall I speak and give warning?
There it is.
Hear?
To whom will I give?
Warning. that they may hear.
Listen what he
Behold,
said.
their ear is uncircumcised.
Their ear is
And
uncircumcised.
they cannot hearken.
They can't listen.
Behold, the word of Yahuwah is unto them a reproach. They have no delight in it.
You know why their ear is uncircumcised? Because he ain't put that all through it. They say, I don't love my master. Well, I want to stay here. They don't love their master. So their ear uncircumcised. See, these people ears uncircumcised. These niggas heart uncircumcised. Hell, they penis uncircumcised. They messed up all the way around the bowl. Everything covered up. You can't hear, you can't understand, and then you're infected in your loins because you don't clean it properly. Because you're foul. You're dirty. You know old dirty? This nigga dirty. Come on, Silver. Back to Deuteronomy 15. Take the fig leaves off, huh, man? Nah, all jokes aside, though, man. When you look at the aspect of being free, and I know sometimes, like you say, man, you can have some tribulation, some hardship, some affliction, some adversity. You know what I'm saying? That could discourage you, send your mind for a loop. But you have to remember for the prize that what you're laboring for. When you get your mindset that you laboring for natural goals, you'll always be messed up if you let that stuff there deflect from the fact, man, you laboring for everlasting life. The man told you all this other stuff is vanity. It's going to perish away. If there's a car, it's going to rust. If there's a house, it's going to burn. If his money is going to lose value, if his clothes, they going to rot away and get old. You know what I'm saying? But the word of Elohim is forever, and his Ruach HaKodesh along with his word cannot be destroyed. And you got to remember that's what you're laboring for. You know what I'm saying? You could be successful in the world, or you could be successful in heaven. The opportunity for you to be successful in both is probably slim to none. I'm talking about for those who really want to be saved. You feel me? And I'm just saying that because you're a human being. You know, I don't never want y'all to forget the fact that you have to understand that you got to give yourself space to be human because you're working on certain things. And of course, you want to accomplish them because why the hell would you want to start on it if you wasn't trying to accomplish whatever it was you were trying to accomplish? That's a given. You know what I'm talking about? But this you just got to keep things in perspective. That whether I have obtained this particular objective, as long as I've obtained the objective of the Ruach HaKodesh, I ain't failed at nothing. Bump what man talking about. You know what I'm saying? If you and your household, like Yahushua son of Nun said, man, and me and my house, we gonna serve you, then you have succeeded because you're doing better than most. You know what I'm talking about? And what did they say? That word to Dominique. He don't even know Dominique. We're gonna take him around there a little bit. No, that's not pertaining to the state. That's literally like poking a hole in their ear, almost like an earring. Tell them what all mean by definition. We ain't talked about that in a long time.
That's Marseillais, all or boring instrument.
You know what I'm saying? That's basically like almost like whatever y'all use to get your ear pierced. I ain't never got an ear pierced or seen it done, so I don't know what they use. I ain't never have a desire to wear no earrings.
That's right.
Trying to get you no diamond.
Hell no. Look like I want diamonds in there, man. Put them on my watch.
You want to be Irish.
I ain't want to be Irish. I ain't want to be nobody but me. You know what
You want to be like Mike, huh?
You know what I'm saying? I remember what's the name asked remember when Shannon Sharp asked Cat Williams that he said if you could be any world in the world who you want to be, he said nobody. And that just made me when he asked him that, not that he asked him that, but I've heard that question asked so many times, like the aspect of you got grown people that literally want to be somebody else. But it's not necessarily that you want to be them. You want the life that you think they got. But you don't know what them people did to get that. You know what I'm saying? We were talking about that earlier, too. You know, the man mentioned African Bambaataa. You know African Bambaataa? Planet Rock? That nigga a booty hole toucher. You know what I'm talking about? A young boy. Nah, straight up. That nigga a booty hole toucher. And everybody know he was doing it. You know what I'm saying? He ain't never go to jail for that. And you know why he ain't want to go? He ain't go to jail for that? Because don't nobody want to believe that African Bambaataa could touch booty holes. The same way ain't nobody want to believe that Bill Cosby could spike drinks of women because you think he Cliff Huxtable. Nigga, that's William H. Cosby III. I've been told you that. You don't know William H. Cosby III. And Cliff Huxtable ain't real. You know what I'm talking about? Cliff Huxtable is a fictional character. William H. Cosby III is the real man, and he might be a stone cold freak. You don't know. Peace, Brother Joseph, man. Because you know a lot of brothers be like, they trying to destroy black men. Sometimes they do. Sometimes these niggas be degenerates. You know what I'm saying? You've been hearing Puffy been a degenerate for years. You know what I'm talking about? You seen that nigga drag that woman up and down that doggone hotel room. I don't care what nobody say, boy. That nigga, they're dangerous. Cause boy, for you to come out in a towel, nigga, I know you ain't got no drawers on. I know you ain't got no drawers on. And I know you stay in high-end hotels, so I know you know there's cameras everywhere. Cause that's what you're paying for, is the security, the peace of mind. And for you to have the unmitigated gall and audacity to bring your butt naked behind out there in that hallway and jolly stomp that woman, man. Yeah, boy, you capable of a lot of things. You capable of a lot of things, man. What's another nigga they got mad? They put him out there for some stuff, man. I can't remember. We know R. Kelly was a pervert, but you know why R. Kelly was a pervert? Because somebody touched on him. And when somebody touch on you, you know what I'm saying? It's a high likelihood that you gonna do it too.
Man, right.
Do that?
Right.
Who?
Right. Can't think of his first name. Like, in Florida prison now.
I don't know that.
I just can't think of it.
That boy said to put in pop. Time to delete his music. Oh, yes, man. I don't know if you ever heard Mama Steph of the dude Hassan Campbell, the YouTuber, but he was one of the people who first brought that out, that man was molesting him. You know what I'm saying? Hassan Campbell. Africa Bambaataa.
That's it. Polite.
Oh, Polite. And Polite was down with Dr. York, so we know old Michael Novak with his nasty behind. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Bambaataa got accused of basically Eddie Longin, getting young boys, grooming them, touching on them, and then when they get to an age where they too old for his liking, getting rid of them and starting a cycle with another young man. And his people, matter of fact, Cap say he was out there with them people. He said they wouldn't say it on camera. They said that man guilty of all that. He did it for years. And the reason why I went off on a dude earlier today, because I done told you this before, black people like to cover that up. You know what I'm saying? Black people definitely don't like to acknowledge that someone of a particular status could be capable of doing that. I told him the other day, man, how can you call a little girl fast because a grown nigga touched her? She ain't fast. He's a pervert. But you know what that stuff come down to, too? As a man, don't put yourself in that type of position for nobody to accuse you of no stuff like that. You know, bump all them niggas. You know what I'm saying? When Eddie Long died, I ain't shed no tears, nigga. Not because he a Christian preacher, because, nigga, you were molesting boys.
You talking about,
Yeah, Michael Novak. I don't call that nigga polite. That nigga named Mike. You know what I'm saying? I hope a nigga in there giving him some pipe, too. Yeah, he doing Sam Year, man. That boy was down there molesting his wife's daughter, man. Yeah, and that's why I tell you got to watch them niggas who always screaming about how they want to get rid of the daddy or somebody else to get with a woman who got churned. They want to X the daddy out and all. You better watch that nigga. That nigga weird. You know what I'm saying? That's not normal thought process. Oh, we don't need him no more. You don't need your daddy. Watch that nigga. Normal niggas don't think like that. They just want to get rid of the daddy, X that out, cancel that out. Man, you better watch that nigga, man. That nigga weird. Come on, man. Where we at with it? The difference is I say something about it. See, a lot of these niggas, they ain't gonna say nothing about that junk. You nasty behind niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially niggas who preaching. How you niggas always get caught up with being a pervert? First thing nigga want to scream, you shouldn't talk, man. That nigga a pervert. If he a pervert, he a pervert. What that nigga say? If his mama called and named and played, I'm gonna call that nigga a pervert. I'm gonna call him a pervert. Hell, you mean, man? You don't give a damn about the churn, huh? You just care about him. We don't want his name bad. Bump that the baby messed up. Long as we don't say nothing bad about this nigga. Hang that nigga upside down and hit him in his mouth with a baseball bat. Nigga had a nerve to say, so what you think we should do? I told nigga straight up down, I can't tell you what you would do, but if a nigga come to me talking about nigga done touched one of mine, well, we going to see that nigga and we'll let the Lord sort it out. You know what I'm talking about? You better hope the police catch him before I do. You're going to be like Mississippi burning out this hole.
Samuel Jackson.
Mm-hmm. You see how I see it? Samuel Jackson. I see that. No, but man, they talk that. Some stuff, man. Hey, man, we let the Lord sort that out. Boy, I'm coming to see. Could end bad, could end good. Who knows? Could end good for you, could end bad for you. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, verse 18.
Come on with it, because we're really supposed to be in verse 19. I'm sorry.
It should not seem hard unto you when you send him away free from you, for he hath been worth a double hired servant to you, serving you 6 years. And Yehoiah Elohim shall baruch you in all that you do.
Come on, all the firstling.
Males that come out of your herd and of your flock.
You should do what?
Sanctify unto Yehoiah Elohim.
You shall do no work.
With the firstling of your bullock.
Nor shear.
The firstling of your sheep.
You shall eat it.
Before Yehoiah Elohim.
Year by year.
The place which Yehoiah shall choose.
And if there be any blemish.
Therein, as if it be lame or blind or have any ill blemish.
You shall not sacrifice it unto you.
Yehoiah Elohim.
You shall eat it within your gates.
The unclean and the clean person shall eat it alike. As the roebuck and as the hart.
So the firstling of your flocks is always going to be what? Sanctified unto Yahuwah. The same way that the firstborn of the matrix is going to be what? Belongs to Yahuwah, both man and beast. So when we come back to Deuteronomy 33, and we looking at Joseph, right? Because that's what you're supposed to look at and focus on. His glory is like the firstling of his bullock. What come to your mind? If you ain't got nothing, I got something for you. What's wrong with you? You ain't paying attention. You're standing off in the space. You see people? I'm not going to say that other part. That might disturb you. You ain't seen that film. You too young.
6 cents.
Mm-hmm.
That verse just remind me of
You see animals?
who you talking to?
And she's staring off in the space.
Long day.
That bullock.
He's saying that the glory of Joseph is like unto the firstling of his bullock.
It just made me think of like Genesis 27 when you come on the firstborn, so the father can see you like he see his son as the firstborn.
We don't want that. Come on to John 17:1, because we got to link this to the Lord.
Firstborn was good.
You could allow that.
That's what I thought.
You could allow that.
Then I was thinking,
Because we're linking it to the Lord.
yeah, the Old Testament, I was thinking about
We don't need to go to old, because we ain't deriving it from that. Remember, this is saying Genesis 49 and Deuteronomy 33, at least with Joseph parallel. Like every tribe didn't parallel. Like Judah didn't parallel in Deuteronomy 33 what's in Genesis 49. Neither did Asher or Naphtali for that matter. Neither did Levi for that matter. Not to mention none of them. Benjamin didn't. Zebulon didn't. Issachar didn't. Gad didn't either. Neither did. Really, only Joseph's parallel about saying the same thing. So remember, we looking at, because Omar asked for that, because people say Deuteronomy 33 and Genesis 49 tell you where the tribes were scattered. That's where they get the basis of where the tribes went at on the chart. You know what I'm saying? That's how they tell you Issachar is a Mexican. Don't ask me how. See, they work a lot. That's what they take. That's what they take. They're telling you right now, they tell you this is Puerto Ricans. Taino Indians, to be exact. How they got Puerto Ricans out of that is a mystery that only God himself knows. Now, the original chart is supposed to came by vision to one of the original One West founders. I don't know what year. I know Quab looked into that junk in depth years ago. Some people say he got that from a Mormon doctrine. You know what I'm saying? I don't really be caring about that. You know what I'm saying? To investigate it personally. You know what I'm saying? I lean on individuals who I hold in regard to dig that information out. I don't know if you looked at the video with my dog who found that newspaper clipping of that man speaking Hebrew in 1897, and they didn't have no idea how he knew how to speak. I think it was put it the other day because popped up in the reel. Somebody sent it to me. I was like, that's my dog. Like, I know the name. You know what I'm saying? The brother who got the congregation in Vegas. He had a news article of them finding someone in 1897 that this person spoke and wrote the Hebrew that some of the original manuscripts were written in. He wasn't speaking and writing modern Hebrew, if you would. And they were amazed on and it was a black boy, of how he had the ability to do this. I have to go back. It's in the group chat somewhere. Come on, sir. John 17:1 to begin with, and then Colossians 1.
Say these words spake Yahushua, and lifted up his eyes to Shamaim and said, Abba, the hour is come. Esteem your son, that your son also may esteem you. As you have given him power over all flesh, that he should give eternal life to as many as you have given. And this is life eternal, that they might know you, the only true Elohim, Yahushua Mashiach, whom you have sent.
Now you're looking at this here, give me the esteem I had with you before the world was. Now your esteem will be like the firstlings of the flock, which are automatically sanctified to Yahuwah. All firstborn man and beast are mine. So he's telling you Joseph is like the glory of the firstling of the bullock. And Joseph was what? That was Rachel's firstborn son of which is the woman who Jacob loved. So this is how he's comparing Joseph to this. So then when we look at, we're looking at witness-wise. That's why we looked at the Deuteronomy 15 and what the other one was? And the Exodus 13 to establish the importance of the firstling of the bullock. Okay, this belongs to Yahuwah. You set this apart to Yahuwah. That's his. You know what I'm saying? You don't do no work with him. You don't share him. You don't do nothing. That's his. So to establish the esteem of that, the honor that's placed upon that. Now we take that honor. How do we put this? And this lines up with the Lord. Now he mentions that in John 17. Give me the honor that I had with you before the world was. What honor is he referring to? But not on that, but the honor of being the only begotten Son of God. What does Psalms 2 tell you? Today, this day, I have what? Begotten you. Okay, so how is it? That's where the Colossians finna come in at about being the first begotten of the dead, because now you have this honor and esteem. You the firstborn from the dead. I think he say that in Revelation. Huh? I think he do. Come on, read me Colossians 1 and 11.
I think he said something I was dead and I'm alive forevermore.
Yeah. I want to say he said he was the first begotten of the dead. No, he didn't say he the first and the last. Go ahead.
So strengthened with all might according to his glorious power unto all patience, long suffering with joyfulness, giving thanks unto the Abba, which have made us meet to be partakers of the inheritance of the saints in light, who have delivered us from the power of darkness, and have translated us into the kingdom of his dear Son, in whom we have redemption through his blood, even the forgiveness of sins.
Go ahead.
Who is the image of the invisible Elohim, the firstborn of every creature.
Firstborn of every
creature.
What else?
For by him were all things created that are in Shamahim and that are in earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created by him and for him. And he is before all things, by him all things consist. He is the head of the body, the assembly, who is the beginning, the firstborn from the dead.
The firstborn from the dead.
That in all things he might have the preeminence.
Now you see this here. Now this is the esteem of the firstling of his bullock. His esteem is like unto that because that firstling is Yahuwah's. So when him being the first to resurrect from the dead and live forever, who he belonged to, that's his. So let's come back to Deuteronomy 33 and 17. Now he say his horns are like the horns of a unicorn. With him shall he push the people together to the ends of the earth. Now, what is a unicorn? No, that's the common thing, but you gotta remember. You might not remember the definition of the word. Why?
Somebody said
That would be correct. It's just an animal with one horn.
Yeah.
Give him unicorn by definition.
That's right. Let's say probably the great air rocks or wild bulls, which are now extinct. The exact meaning is unknown. So they just got wild bull.
So you know the unicorn, the mythical creature unicorn is a horse with one horn. When you read and hear about a unicorn, it's just an animal with one horn, similar to how a rhinoceros has one. So it's saying that his horns are like the horns of a unicorn. What do you think this means about pushing the people together to the ends of the earth? Give them together.
I like to know what pushing means.
That too. You can give them pushing and together. That was your song when you were little?
Push is nagak, to push, thrust, or gore.
To what?
Push, thrust, gore, to war against.
To war against. You know what gore is? You know about the wrestler Rhino? Probably not. But he does a spear. You know what a spear is, don't you? Ain't nothing but a football tackle. You know about Goldberg, don't you? You used to look like you wanted to be in there, put a ball cap on your head. Goldberg. That's for your time, though. No. You might have been old enough. What you was in 2000, 2001? About a good 6, 7?
About 8, yeah.
Yeah.
I know about Goldberg. That still was the movie, Melody.
Yeah, so rhinos was called the gore. Because usually a rhinoceros in battle is going to gore you with that one horn. You know what I'm saying? He's going to gut you. So he's going to war together or push the people to the ones in the earth. So tell them what together is, and after that, give me Joel, chapter 3, verse 10.
That is your God, union, united
So,
together.
and he's going to bring everybody together and go to war with them. Joel, chapter 3. Make it 9. Shoot, we can make it 8. Make it 7 in my brain. Joel 3 and 7. See, that's why there was a rhino and 300 in the war scene. I'm going to take your word for it because I remember nothing from 300. Yeah, I don't remember too much of nothing from 300. No, I've seen 300, but I don't remember anything from it other than him kicking butt in the chest. And everybody and them Persians looking like sidewalk sissies. Hey, read me 1 Kings 22 and 11 real quick. No, they had them Persians looking real sweet. I don't know if Xerxes looked like that for real, but if he didn't, that was disrespect. It wasn't even the jewelry. It's just everything they had about their mannerisms was soft. And they probably did that in the contrast to make the Spartans look tough, considering that they know that everybody knows in the story the Spartans lose. So you wanted them to look strong in defeat. But I think the reality is, man, them people crashed them people, man. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even nothing like that, man. Them people got smashed. They probably could have used the God with them. Their God didn't work. Go ahead.
And Zedekiah, the son of Hananiah, made him horns of iron, and he said, "Thus saith Yahuwah, with these shall you push the Syrians until that you have consumed them."
Mm-hmm.
And all the prophets prophesied so, saying, "Go up to Ramoth Gilead and prosper, for Yahuwah shall deliver it into the king's hand." See,
in this one here though, he got told to run. He got told that so he could die. That's when Ahab went up there and got hit in the side. He said, "I'm wounded." He died. Ain't that what happened? See, you sure about that? Is that what happened? You better scroll up and see. You don't want to check. Come on back to No, that's about Ahab. He died though. That's where Yahuwah put the lion spirit in his prophet so he could go up there and be killed. But I know Joseph mentioned that as far as the horns being used to push the people to war. Joel 3 and 7.
Behold, I will raise them out of the place where you have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head.
I'm gonna repay you back to your head, nigga.
And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Yehuda. They shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off.
Far off.
Have spoken. Proclaim you this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords.
Into swords,
and
baby.
pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all you heathen.
All
Gather
you
yourselves
heathen.
together round about. There cause your mighty ones to come down, O Yahuwah. Let the heathen be wakened.
Let your what?
Let your heathens be wakened.
No, let your mighty ones come down. That could either be your mighty men or your gods. But give them mighty ones by definition, because that's more so your warriors that I would surmise contextually.
This is the board, strong, mighty.
That's your mighty men. That's your warriors. Tell them come on down. Bring your best fighters. Come on down. You the next contestant on a Gentile finna die tonight. Come on.
Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Uh-oh.
But there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about.
Come up to the valley of who?
Jehoshaphat.
Yeah, that's how he gonna push his horn, use his horn like a unicorn and push all the people to the ends of the earth so he can go to war with them. He want them to go where?
The valley of Jehoshaphat.
To the valley of what? Decision. Decision. Keep on.
Put you in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe.
The harvest is what?
It's ripe.
It's what we ready to do after that.
Come get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow.
The
For
fat's
wickedness
over what?
Overflow.
My God.
For the wickedness is great.
The wickedness is great.
Multitudes.
In the valley of decision, baby.
For the day of Yahuwah is near in the valley of decision.
It's near.
The sun and the moon shall be darkened.
Let's go to Revelation
Shine.
14 and 14 just so you can see a little bit more in that valley of decision. When you finish with that, you can come back and give them the Hebrew word for decision. So you can see what type of decision being made.
And I looked and behold a white cloud, and upon the cloud one sat like unto the Son of Man, having on his head a golden crown,
For sure.
and in his hand a sharp sickle. Another Malachim came out of
Definitely,
the temple,
Omar. Definitely, Joseph.
crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud, thrust in your sickle and reap, for the time is come for you to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe.
It's right.
And he that sat on the cloud thrust his sickle on the earth, and the earth was reaped.
Mm-hmm.
And another Malachim came out of the temple, which is the Shamahim, he also having a sharp sickle.
Mm-hmm.
And another Malachim came out from the altar, which had power over fire.
Mm-hmm.
He cried with a loud cry to him that had the sharp sickle, saying, thrust in your sharp sickle, gather the clusters of vine of the earth, for her grapes are fully ripe.
Fully right.
And Malachim thrust in his sickle into the earth, and gathered the vine of the earth, and cast into the great winepress of the wrath of Elohim. The winepress was trodden without the city, and blood came out of the winepress, even unto the horse bridles, by the space of 1,600 furlongs.
That's what's going to happen when he push them all together to the ends of the earth. He said it'd be 10,000s of Ephraim and thereof of Manasseh. Now we're going to back up to 16, Deuteronomy 33. He said the precious things of the earth and the fullness thereof, for the good well of him that dwelt in the bush. Give him decision from Joel chapter 3, and then give him bush. You like a bush beer, boy? You look like a natural light type of dude. No, don't drink no bush beer. I don't drink the beer from the mountains. I'm a man of the people. I drink slick smoke liquor. That's too white. I ain't mad at you. When you were drinking beer, what you were drinking, man? You were drinking Bud Light.
I'm fine, bro. I'm like Heineken.
Fine. Red stripe, man.
He fine, brother. Drink Heineken.
The Miller in the glass.
Well, I know you ain't say no Miller High
In
Life.
the glass bottle, not the can.
Nigga, that's still base of beer.
No. In the can beer.
Miller High Life is base of beer, can, glad, that's base of
In
beer.
the bottle, that's a champagne.
That's base of beer.
Champagne beer in the glass.
Ice house, man.
That's
That's what they do.
That's base of beer. They lied to you, boy. That's base of beer. Man, in the bottle, that junk $1. That's base of beer. That's base of beer.
Yeah, it is $1, but
That's base of beer.
That's what you know right there. That's all the ingredients you need.
Boy, every hood I ever been in, boy, that's base of beer.
they ain't drinking out of the bottle, though. Basically drinking out of the
Man,
can.
that bottle, can, base.
Hey, what you said cracking out the microwave.
That's crack. Listen, let me tell you something, man. I don't care what you do to an egg, man. You can fry it, you can scramble it, you can boil it. It's still an egg, man. It's still an egg, man. And I ain't just saying that because we cracking jokes right now. I would have said that if we were standing on the block in 2003 and you walked over there. I'm like, nigga walking up with a base bill.
Remember the buddy with the commercials? He had the glass when he was stocking them.
Mm-hmm, basic. You know what you laughing at. No, we definitely used to say that. Your man's used to talking about he used to be posted up at the corner store on Lane drinking milk.
Sound like Grandma.
Yeah, I said, boy, you drinking basic bill, boy?
So I can afford that.
Nah, that's all you can afford and you want a beer. I ain't mad at you. But I got jokes. I mean, what you want me to do?
Don't say it's champagne, nigga. Man.
When you say that's the champagne of beers, I got jokes. I mean, sue me, I got jokes, man. I've been cracking jokes for damn near 40 years. What you want me to do? Nigga gonna crack a joke on me, so you got to keep them on top. Keep them in the clip, ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Look here, man. You know why we crack jokes and do all kind of like that? Because it's hard out here. No, I ain't talking about. I'm talking about dead serious. Niggas real out here. You know what I'm saying? It's hard times in the city. Niggas like this here, boy. Boy, hey, man. You need to lift your spirit sometimes, boy. Make you forget about your troubles for a little bit. You know what I'm talking about? When the laugh gone, the trouble's coming back. But, you know what I'm saying?
Trouble don't last always.
Don't last always. You know what I'm saying? It's real out here, man.
You're better off drinking that, Johnny.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's real out here, man. Niggas walk around mad all the time. That's why you're mad all the time. Your heart ain't married. God damn. You know what I'm talking about? Like, that's one thing if you ain't got no God and your heart ain't married, but to have God and have an unmarried heart is just outright despicable. Like, what you got going on? You know what I'm saying? These niggas be in the word act like they can't smile. These niggas like, you old super tough nigga. Man, I ain't never seen gangsters act as tough as you niggas act. I done been around stone cold killers who don't act like this. You niggas act like they so militant, nigga. You can't laugh, these niggas. Get the hell out of here, nigga. You ain't fooling nobody. Nigga get you in the wrong environment, you grabbing your ankles, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Nah, for real, bro. All these, look here, man. The only people I expect to be that stoic and that serious is upper echelon military people, man. Because I've been around dudes in the street who are wild as beasts that don't act like that. Like, just super tough, super hard all the time. Nigga, yeah, nigga, I'm gonna do something, nigga. You know, what you smiling for? Smiling is for hoes. I ain't never seen that. Like, that's how the niggas be acting, though. Kind of like what that movie was that Dame them made, where Beans them didn't like them niggas because they were laughing all the time. You know what I'm saying? Oh, them niggas talk, they laughing, they think it's a joke. You know what I'm saying? Niggas who act like that, they broke and miserable, man. What you mad for? He say he was raised because a lot of real street dudes usually the ones who crack jokes first. Yeah, they be chilling, you know. Of course, you do know some killers who like, you know, don't say nothing to that nigga. He crazy. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, they leave him alone. He don't want to smile. He don't want to joke. He don't want to do nothing. Yeah, man, absolutely. These niggas getting the word, act like they got to be so military minded. You ain't tough. You ain't fooling nobody. You ain't finna kill nothing. Let nothing be killed, man. Go ahead.
Decision is carouse, sharp-pointed, sharp, diligent, a strict decision.
A strict decision. You know what Biggie said with that strict decision? Somebody got to die. He said, if I go, you got to go. You know the rest? You don't know the rest. Somebody got to die. Let the gunshots blow. My God, today. He said they use how Christ was austere. Nah, them niggas just gay. Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was state property 1 or 2. I was thinking about paper soldiers. Yeah, well, Dame was in the first one. Yeah. Yeah, that second one. That's the second one where when Cam then was in it. Yeah, they definitely clowning. He's like, man, what you think you should do? You think I need a haircut? I'm like, hell no. Come on. That's what he said to him. What other word I asked you to define for me, sir?
Bush.
Yeah. Deuteronomy 33:16. Him that dwelt in the bush. Who dwelt in the bush?
That's the name. Bush, thorny bush.
A thorny bush. So come on over here to Exodus 3 and 9. Say Noah and Petey Crack was supposed to be in part 2. Ain't no telling why they ain't making it. They said them boys said they ain't get paid, so that's probably why they ain't do it.
So now therefore, behold, the cry of the children of Yasharal is come unto me, and I have also seen the oppression wherewith the Egyptians oppressed them. Come now therefore, and I will send you unto Pharaoh, that you may bring forth my people, the children of Yasharal, out of Egypt. Moses said unto Elohim, who am I that I should go unto Pharaoh, and that I should bring forth the children of Yasharal out of Egypt? He said, certainly I'll be with you, and this shall be a token unto you, that I have sent you. When you have brought forth the people out of Egypt, you shall serve Elohim upon this mountain.
Go ahead.
Moses said unto Elohim, behold, when I am calling to the children of Yasharal.
We might have to back up. Go to verse 1. I just want you to go to read that, and then we're going to read the definition of burning bush, because we need to make sure that we make a delineation. Is this the same type of bush? Is this a different type of bush? What kind of bush is it? Exodus 3 and 1.
Now Moses kept the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian, and he led the flock to the backside of the desert. He came to the mountain of Elohim to Horeb. And Malachim and Yahuwah appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush. And he looked, and behold,
who appeared to him?
Malachim.
So that was an angel in that bush.
He looked, and behold, the bush burned with fire, and the bush was not consumed.
The bush was not consumed. Let's look at bush there.
Same words, Sinai, bush, thorny bush, the burning bush of Moses.
See, but it didn't mention burning bush of Moses the last time, did it?
It did.
Oh, you ain't read it out loud. He's skimping. He's holding back. He keeping the good part till last. So, when you look at this here, man, and for the precious things of the earth, the fullness thereof, for the goodwill of him that dwelt in the bush. Did Joseph ever dwell in the bush? No. But what is the goodwill of him that's dwelling in the bush? Read it again. Because now we're going to have to establish what is this goodwill, him that dwelling in the bush is bringing forth, if it's akin to Joseph.
I want to read 16 again.
No. Exodus 3 and 2.
Then the Malachim of Yahuwah appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush. And he looked, and behold, the bush burned with fire, and the bush was not consumed.
Let me ask you this question. Can you look in the New Testament and see somebody being burned with fire but not consumed? Can you come up with anything out of the text period where it can show you where you be burned with fire but not consumed?
But it was Abraham's bosom, right?
Oh, no, that nigga was burning in hell.
3 men was in the furnace.
Yeah, he was in pain.
Yeah, the furnace, 3 men in the furnace.
He said
You got to think, because you got to pause for a moment. This Malachim is, remember it says our God is a flaming fire. Is that not what it says? Now it say that this bush, the Malachim is representative of your God, and he's in this bush. This bush is burning, but the bush is not consumed. So it's two things that you should be able to come up with to where that you could be burned with fire and not be consumed. Now Omar just mentioned the tongues of fire. Read 1 Peter 1:7.
I was thinking about when in Luke 24 when he said our hearts was burning with it, burning within.
Not on that one, because that's really more so about the yearning in the inward part. But that's what that burning represents. You're yearning. Come on, man. What's going on? She gave him a beer before he came in. I know what Doris do. See, Doris be giving that man heavy carbs before he go to work.
Champagne.
Just go ahead and go. Just go ahead and go.
That's what you've been drinking all day.
Yeah, they did. That's not I could say Daniel and his fellows, you'd have to give more context, but it's not that event. No, I'm saying you go ahead and go.
That was Brandon drunk all skin.
Oh, you talking about at your house? Them non-alcoholic one too, huh? I don't know how you gonna sit back and knock back 7 non-alcoholic beers. You just did that for the taste. You probably want to act like you drunk after you did it. Yeah, you don't feel nothing.
I
You just feel.
ain't gonna lie, I think he thought it was alcohol, so he was like, damn, I don't feel that. Like, nigga, you get out, real. Alcohol.
Oh, now I can see why you could do that. Oh, you think it's alcohol. You like, I ain't drunk yet.
Yeah.
I ain't drunk yet. Look at you. Now you full of bread. You finna have to pee. I think I remember that day he was out there drinking all
I
the
never
beer.
forget, bro. We was here, bro. You said when that nigga walked, it sounded like
Come on, read me first Peter 1:7, man. My God.
It say that the trial of your faith, being much more precious than of gold that perishes, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and esteem at the appearing of Yahushua Mashiach.
That's, you gotta add more context to that. But
Matthew 11.
give me Matthew 3:9. What'd you say?
He said 3:11. They probably saying the same thing.
Yeah, but that ain't gonna be the trial of your faith, bro. This is one of the ways where you can be on fire but not consumed.
Can I use Matthew 13?
Which verse you talking about?
Testimony of the week.
Oh no, that's different because that's gonna be people getting cast into hell. Matthew 3:9.
And think not to say within yourselves, we have Abraham to our father. For I say unto you that Elohim is able of these stones to raise up children unto Abraham. And now also as the axe is laid unto the root of the trees, therefore every tree which bring not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire.
That ain't what we want though.
I indeed baptize you with water unto repentance.
But he that come after me
Is mightier than I.
And what he gonna do?
Whose shoes I'm not worthy to bear.
And what he gonna do?
He shall baptize you with the Ruach HaKodesh.
And with
fire.
And with
fire.
See, this is a baptism where you'll be baptized by fire, but not consumed. And that's why I say the three in the furnace, to give the more context, because that's the furnace of affliction where you would be put on fire, but not consumed. But this wouldn't be a fire in the literal sense, as like you literally being engulfed in flames. You know what I'm talking about? It's the fire of the Ruach HaKodesh and the furnace of affliction's fire for the purpose of purification and perfection. Continue and then read this Romans 12:11. Oh my God.
Whose fan is in his hand, and he will thoroughly purge his floor and gather his wheat into the garner, but he'll burn up the chaff with the unquenchable fire.
You see that unquenchable fire, that's somebody going to hell. Romans 12:11. Because it's always funny to me when dudes about Christ didn't express this explicitly. You think he talked about everything? You think they wrote down this man? It's that the book say this man, this man taught so many things that the world could not contain the books if it was all written in, because you jackasses want this man to speak on every single solitary thing to the minute detail. You's a goddamn fool. What is this man going to be talking to these people about the Sabbath for, and they already know that? Why is he going to be talking to them about women being lesbians and they already know they ain't supposed to be doing that? Why would he be talking about homosexuals and these people already know not to do that? Matter of fact, this man ain't come to talk to them about nothing in the law, period, because they already knew to do that. That's not what he came. When the book say that the law came by Moses, that's exactly what it meant. But he said grace and truth came by Yahushua HaMashiach. I mean, he came and brought something different than what they were brought the first time. Ain't nobody finna come send somebody to die to tell you the same thing you already had. You already had that. I'm gonna come back and tell them the same thing again. Come on, that's crazy, man. Romans 12:11.
Not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord.
Yeah, that's a little different. Because fervent in spirit, that's an intrinsic thing. You know what I'm saying? Remember what he said to his apostles, right? Can you be baptized with the baptism that I'm baptized with? And can you drink from the cup that I drink from? Give him Luke 12:47. We really want 49 and 50, but 47 and 48 is okay.
That servant which knew his Lord's will and prepared not, neither did according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes.
That's right.
But he that knew not and did commit things worthy of stripes shall be beaten with few stripes.
Oh, no, you good, blood, you good. Go ahead.
For unto whomsoever much is given, of him shall be much required. And to whom men have committed much, of him they will ask the more. I am come to send fire on the earth.
I've come to send what?
Fire on the earth.
And
what will I, if it be already kindled?
And
but I have baptism to be baptized with. How am I straightened till it be accomplished?
How am I? What? Tell them what straighten me. How am I straightened till this be accomplished? Notice he said that I came to kindle a what on the earth?
Fire.
He said, and what have I have to do if it's already what? If it's already burning? I got a baptism that I got to get baptized with, and I got to be straightened till it's accomplished. And straighten means?
To hold together. To hold together with constraints, compress.
Now, what you think this mean to hold together with constraint? That means he gonna have self-control and discipline and be compressed until it's done. That means he not gonna go against the word till it's done. But you know where this come from about that fire? Because he told you in Deuteronomy 32, you kindled a fire in my anger and it'll burn to the lowest hell. And this is a man who went into a fire and was not consumed. You know what I'm saying? As an example of, you know, the goodwill of him that dwelt in the bush, if you would. Indeed, Joseph, strength through weakness. Because what is this goodwill that Malachim in the bush came and brought? Exodus 3 and 2. And this is going to be upon the top of the head of him that was separated from his brethren. Exodus 3 and 2, mother. Exodus 3 and 2. That's where you go.
And the Malachim of Yahuwah. You
got to get them turned. Them people can't move that fast, man. Sometimes you move fast. Sometimes you move slow. You know about that? Damn. You don't know about nice and... Dang, man. They ain't tell you about nice and smooth. This nigga ain't from the East Coast. Doris, you know nice and smooth, she done left. No, she ain't left. She got her blossom hat on.
Slow as pro.
You know that song, sometimes I move quick, sometimes I move slow? You don't know that, John. You ain't from Brooklyn, nigga. Nigga, man. Nigga in the house listening to Taylor Swift. Probably don't even know no doggone what his name is. Dang, I can see his face in my mind, man. Pete Rock and CL Smooth, you don't know that neither. All you want to say is they reminisce over you. My God, that's all you know.
For real.
Look at he bopping his head. I love that song. My daddy played it every day. You don't know that song, man. You know Harlem. I don't know. You might be old Mount Vernon, man. Hanging with Puppy in Mount Vernon. Look how you look. You was hanging out there with him, Mom. Mount Vernon. You said that like you upset.
You know who was in the Range Rover with the boy?
You know who was in the Range Rover with the boy. That done gonna be forever funny. You know what I'm talking about? You know who was in the Range Rover with the boy. You know what's funny? You take that situation with Adonis and you take that interview with Pimp, and Pimp was way back then. The models told me the ones who getting hit with the dildos. That ain't no new thing. You know what I'm saying? I told you Cap shared a video. A Muslim lady talking about her husband asked her to do that to him. And she was like, that wasn't his first time doing this. You know what I'm saying? She's like, so why you ain't leave? She talking about because I got 3 kids. Now listen, right? When you got a dude, right, who really don't fool with his old lady. What I mean by that is he just want a woman to be there to be
publicity time.
No. I ain't talking about just I'm not talking about just how I'm gonna put this in. What's up, Dave? I'm not talking about known people or people who have a position of power. And you take a dude who really don't like the woman he with or has an issue with women, period. He wants to get a woman, couple full of kids, so he can keep her out of the house so that he can have a free reign to be evil to this woman. You know what I'm saying? Because he know he gonna try to put her in a position to where she could never depart. He wants her to be in a complete position where she has to be dependent on him, so he can run rampant and be the wicked bastard that he was born to be. Oh, it's a lot of niggas like that. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of niggas like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, because we were talking about this the other day. I told you this before. Like the advent of women staying at home, that's a new thing in the earth. You know what I'm saying? That's not something that throughout the annals of human history that was a thing. Salute, Dave, man. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't a thing. But you got, and how she was talking, and I ain't just saying it because she said it. I'm talking about looking at her body language, looking in her eyes. You could tell like he was one of them dudes, like, you're going to do whatever I say, or there could be, especially somebody who carrying that type of secret. That's why if you're dealing with a man and he asks you to do some old junk like that, man, you got to leave him alone. That man will hurt you if you put them type of secrets out there, man. Yeah, that man will hurt you. Because he on some other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk, man. That junk ain't cool. Somebody got that type of sexual fetish and deviancies. You need to leave them alone. I only say that because Mama Steph just learned about what a rape fetish was. If you watch the episodes of Law and Order SVU, you probably learned what that was. How many of y'all watch a lot of episodes? I know you do. I know you do. Deidre do. She pick her times when she want to watch it. Then she go on the street and then she stop. Just like that. No, but you know, you no, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I learned about it before that, but I heard it on the other side of the spectrum of women who had that type of fantasy and fetish. Like they wanted a dude to act that out. And I was like, that's hella weird. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but some people into what they into. You got some dudes who want to do. I don't know how you get into that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Clearly, y'all been watching some type of porn because I don't know how that get in your idea. You know what would be great to do? Let's role play sexual assault. Like, that's weird. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I would want to fool with somebody who would bring that up as an idea. Okay, baby, you too freaky for me. I'm out of here. But there's a lot of things people do that I don't know how you get there. Where did you get? I don't know where you get that type of stuff from. I would think that you would have had to been assaulted before. But then some of them haven't. But yeah, I've seen this on television too. It'd be women who have that fantasy. It'd be men who have it too. I don't want to do none of you niggas. I don't want to do nothing that could possibly have me end up going to jail.
That's a different section. You gotta have a safe word.
Look at him. He a freak. Don't tell us what y'all doing. We don't want to be all right. Oh, so you like BDSM, huh? BD, no black disciple.
No black.
Yeah, some people have. It could be nothing. I mean, they can probably see that the fact that y'all are extra kinky.
I like to be mine.
I like to be the mind.
Yeah, that's too much for me.
Hey, look, so she bringing them in.
What you say, Joseph? Diverse lust? Absolutely. I mean, some people like that, man. It is what it is. That's just weird for a man of God to have what we've been hearing these last month and some change. Men of God who have these type of lust. That's weird. Nah, man, these boys on some other type of, these niggas a different type of freaky, man. You would think a godly man would lay them type of things down. You trying to bring that in the house of God. Quick to try to use Hebrews 13, talking about the marriage bed undefiled. But that ain't got nothing to do with that. Stop letting these freaky niggas tell you marriage bed undefiled means you can be as freaky as you want to be. Because that's not what that means. Go to Hebrews 13 real fast, Sylvia, so they can see what that means if they're unaware. That is not what that means. Because one thing, and y'all should remember this here, if you see something in the epistle letter, what are you supposed to do with it? You got to verify where they're getting that from. Not just come up with what your thought process or what you think he's talking about. That's a script. There's a scriptural reference for what they're writing. Remember, they're writing congregations of people who they taught. So that means whatever they're writing, these people have a scriptural basis to validate what they're writing. Because clearly these people either answered questions, asked these men questions, or there were issues going on that they were dealing with. Never forget that every letter that Paul wrote was the congregations that he established and the men who he taught. When you look at the letters he wrote to Timothy and Titus, these are men who he taught, who were teachers of the word. When you look at the epistle of Jude, the epistles of Peter, the epistles of John, they're writing Hebrew congregations. When you look at the epistle of Hebrews, they're writing a Hebrew congregation. That means the people they're writing know the word. These are just not random letters for the hell of it. Oh, Lord, what is nigga listening to? Come on, man. Hebrew 13. This nigga over here listen to some.
No, it's really what you just said. It's a Hebrew on.
Dress up as the Hebrew, and I let my wife be the Egyptian. Shit, that's what it is. That's so
Well, this man on here talking about, I go in here with my wife, I dress up as the Hebrew, she dress up as the Egyptian.
She subjects me to hard bondage.
And she subjects me to hard bondage.
I'm gonna tell you, brother, man. That boy said that, boy.
My God, today.
This was 2 years ago.
Hebrew 13, I don't even want to hear no more of that. Hebrew 13. That's wild, bro.
Say, let brotherly love continue. Be not forgetful to entertain strangers.
Pause. First things first, I'll show you what I mean. Let brotherly love continue. The first place where you can validate that is with David and Jonathan. The next place you can validate that is John 13 when he's saying, he told the disciples, I have a new commandment that I give you. Peace, brother Nate, man. That you love one another. You know what I'm talking about? And everybody know you my disciples. Entertain strangers. You can take that with Lot. You can take that with Samson's parents, where they entertained Malachim unaware. See, if you knew the book, when you hear that, your mind should have automatically went to that. But dudes will read that and just think he's just making an arbitrary statement. You got scriptural examples of that behavior. Go ahead.
But there some have entertained angels unaware. Remember them that are in bonds, as bound with them, and them which suffer adversity, as being yourselves also in the body. Marriage honorable in all.
Marriage is what?
Honorable in
Marriage
all.
is what?
Honorable
Now
in
you
all.
need to understand the context of what's coming before marriage bed undefiled. He said marriage is honorable in what?
In all.
And the adulterers.
Bed undefiled, but whoremongers and adulterers, he will judge.
So based off this context, what does bed undefiled mean? Because remember what it says in Genesis 49. What did it say Reuben did? Defiled his father's couch. How did he do it? Because he slept with his father's handmaid. So this is a law reference to let you know that a defiled bed ain't got nothing to do with the freaky stuff you got going on. That's not what that's talking about. What does undefiled mean, sir?
Amiantos, that's not defiled, unsold, free from that by which the nature of a thing is deformed and debased, or its force and vigor impaired. Undefiled.
So how would you be laying on a defiled bed?
You have sex with your wife on her period.
You can have sex with your wife on her period. You can have sex with a woman and her sister. You can have sex with a woman and her mother. You can have sex with a close family, familiar relative. You could be having sex with another man's wife. When he's telling you marriages, you could be having sex with women you have no intent on marrying. That bed is defiled. But if you're married, that bed is undefiled, because how could it be unclean? He said marriage is honorable, and then he lets you know adulterers and whoremongers, I'm going to condemn them. But the marriage bed is undefiled. It's undefiled because you've done the honorable and kadash thing that is acceptable in my sight. See, some people think he only Yeah. One of the brothers just said that, God. Because you're a wild nigga to lay with a woman on a period anyway. You can't never be that pressed. I don't even know how people that horny. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't even that serious, man. It can't be that serious.
And
So,
wait 7 days.
if you as a man can't wait 7 days, that means you ain't got nothing going on in life that you that pressed. Dang, missing 4-year-old boy found in the retention pond in Bay Meadow. But the point of the matter is, marriage bed undefiled has nothing to do with the sexual activities you're participating in. It's the, are you married or not? Yes, well, see, I mean, man say you ain't supposed to be laying no sodomites of the sons of Yasharal. So if somebody is entering your rectum, you out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? You out of pocket. Now, some people argue about because the legal definition of sodomy contains oral sex. So some people, because in Georgia, that is still illegal. It's illegal in a lot of states. A lot of states had sodomy laws on their books to where you could not be going down the Hershey Highway, nor doing any connivance or fellatio. It would be illegal. You could go to jail. Those laws are still on the books. In some states, it's still illegal to commit adultery. You can be locked up for it. What'd you say, Michael? Told you? Oh, you was researching it, huh? See, you gonna go there? Oh, in North Carolina, you can sue the person who slept with your spouse. Look at you. I'm gonna sue that hoe. Beat her up for what? See, that's the crazy part of it. What you gonna beat her up? Now, let me tell you something real, right? And this is man or woman. That other person, unless they knew you personally, no, I'm saying, but this is what I'm saying. That other man or woman, unless they knew you personally, and they went after your spouse like you know them, I can see if you shot them a fade. But if this person don't know you, they don't owe you no loyalty. They don't even know you exist. They don't even know you exist. If this nigga around here tell them, no, I ain't got no wife, what you mad at her for? She thought she had her man. She didn't know she was macaroni and cheese. She didn't know she was the yams. She didn't know she was the green beans. She didn't know. Yeah, she didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Say people think they got to do everything that enters into their mind. But I'm just trying to help you understand, like, law-wise, when people say marriage bed undefiled, it's not talking about the sex. Because some people say, the marriage bed undefiled, we can do what we want. Well, your wife can't hit you in the butt, cuz. She can't do that. And you thank God in heaven, like, yeah, that's my son. You know, he looking at you. That's bate man. Bate boy. One no pum pum. Some dudes feel like if a woman do it, you're not gay. You're gay. You are gay, sir. You know what makes you gay? Because that's a male member. It doesn't matter if it's real or fake. That's a male member, sir. You're gay. Some dudes feel like, well, I can do that to my wife. You a nasty nigga. You want to go in that woman's anus. That's all I can tell you. You ain't supposed to be doing that neither. If you say you godly, you just have to get to a certain point. There's some things you can't bring in this man's house. Like, good Lord, man. Hershey Highway is definitely one. You ain't supposed to be going back door nothing but on the basketball court. Running the baseline for that layup. That's the only time you need to be going back door. Unless you got a back door and you're walking out in your backyard. Them the only two acceptable times to be going to the back door. Because anything else back door, you're doing something unseen. Back door, so you're snaking somebody. Ain't nothing good about going back door. Unless you running that baseline. You know what I'm talking about? For that nice clean layup on the other side of the hoop. You know what I'm saying? Back door cut. Everybody can't do it. But no, also side, so you can understand what it means of marriage bed undefiled. It's talking about if you're not married and you sleeping with 7, 8 women, that bed is defiled. That's not a clean bed. That's not an action that Yahuwah can accept. You married, he can accept that. He can't accept you sleeping with other men's wives. You just can't be out here just being a degenerate and think God gonna take it because that's what you telling yourself because somebody else told they're undefiled. And guess what? That's Christian teaching. Because before I ever heard an Israelite say that, I heard Christians say that. They're undefiled. But if you examine your law like you're supposed to, then you know what he's talking about, and you know that's not what it means. But get another example. Keep reading that Hebrews 13, man. I just want to show you got to know what the law say. You can see why they saying what they saying, man. When we ain't done a deep dive like that in these letters in a long time, it's for us showing you got to line that up. Anything you see in them letters, you got to verify that from Genesis to Malachi. If you can't, that don't mean there's nothing wrong with the letter. It's something wrong with your understanding of the word. That means you're not skilled as you think you is. You're not as nice as you thought you were. You weren't able to cause the people to understand the reading. And in this instance, the people is you, not other people. Go ahead.
Let your conversation be without covetousness.
You would already know that because your law tell you not to covet.
And be content with such things that you have. For he has said, I will never leave you nor forsake you.
He told you that in 1 Chronicles 28.
So that we may boldly say, the Lord is my helper, and I will not fear what man shall do.
He tell you that in Psalm 27.
Remember them which have the rule over you, who have spoken unto you the word of Elohim, whose faith follow, considering the end of their conversation.
And that tell you that in Ezekiel 33.
God shall the same yesterday, today, and forever.
You got that in Malachi?
Be not carried about with diverse and strange doctrines. That's
good right there. Because they're going to go into something else, and we don't want to go that far down the road. Come on back to Deuteronomy 36.
I'm going to read Exodus
20 what? Oh, yeah, 3 and 2, yeah. Like when he tell you that every scribe which is instructed into the Malkuth or Shamahim, the kingdom of heaven, the dominion of eternity, is like a householder which bring forth things out of his vessel, new and old. How he tell you how Ezra was a ready scribe, a skilled scribe, and Paul wrote to Timothy and said, if you're going to be a bishop, you have to be apt to teach, which means to be skilled. This is a vocation. Preaching the word is not something you do because you feel like you want to wake up the nation and you got to do this here. That is a skill and a vocation. Either God going to teach you to be skilled in it, or a man who was taught to be skilled in it got to teach you to be skilled in it. It's not something. The reason why you have such bad teaching is because people do not have respect for the vocation. People feel like anybody can do it. It don't matter who do it. It don't take nothing to do it. And that's how you get bad work. That's how you, in general, in any occupation, that's how you see the quality of the work or the service in that occupation go down. When people don't have respect for the vocation and they think anybody can do it. But then you come to find out that anybody can't do it. And when I say that anybody can't do it, not that individuals are necessarily excluded, but it's just not something you can just jump up and do. That's not something you learn how to do by just watching somebody's YouTube video. That's something where that person, you actually got to sit at their feet and be instructed. That's how these men who taught the word, who were not taught by God, that's how they learned. This is a serious deal. Like this man literally say that a steward must be found what, Civic? Faithful. 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 What that is? 1 Corinthians 4:1. Read it for me. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about real quick. Come on with it. 1 Corinthians 4:1. I think that's it. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. I walk it down like a nigga with a yop in his hand. 1 Corinthians 4:1.
He said, let a man so account of us as of the ministers of Amashiach,
stewards
of the mysteries of Elohim.
Now pause. What does stewards mean? I think so.
It's oikonomos, that is the manager of household or household affairs.
A manager of household affairs. Now we read already last night in Hebrews 3, was not Moses the manager of household affairs? So now the first thing you look at as a steward is that he's a manager of household affairs. And this person, he says, stewards of the mysteries of God. So that means they're managers of the mysteries of God. Now we know that Yahuwah do nothing, but surely he revealed his secret to who? So now when you look at this particular mystery, this is what's in Luke 24 and 44. This is the testimony from Genesis to Malachi. You know from reading the scriptures, from reading the Gospels, from reading the Acts of Apostles, that he gave that to who? 12 men. And then he gave it to Paul to make 13. And then you can add Barnabas and make 14. And then you could possibly put in, but you don't see him being sent out, Apollos from Alexandria. So you got 15 men who have this information. They got to teach everybody. That means they have to be the managers of each and every one of these congregations they established. Because you can read in Acts 14 that the apostles went about doing what? If you remember?
Acts 14.
You got to pull it up. In Acts 14, what did the apostles go out doing?
Setting up synagogues and bishops.
They were ordaining elders in every city. So you know that means what they were doing with these men? They were sitting down teaching these men. Because in order for them to be bishops over congregations, they couldn't be a novice. They had to be what? Apt to teach. That means they were sitting. See, some people going to say, no, that ain't what that means because you ain't got no common sense. You wanted to say they sat down and taught these people. Use your brain, man. How you ordain somebody if you ain't teaching? See, we was also having that conversation, we didn't have before about we're not in the New Testament because everybody's still teaching everybody. See, you're wrong. And I'm going to tell you what epistle letter lets you know you're wrong. Which one is it? 1 John 2, he said, when you the anointing which you receive, you have no need for anybody to teach you. But somebody had to teach you in order for you to get the anointing. But once you get the anointing, the word is in you, man. He going to bring everything, the word in you at that point. No, you don't have no need for nobody to teach you. You already believe the gospel is in you. The law in you. You're not going to break it. What is anybody? You coming to get the word because you love the word for the rejoicing. That's it. But the word is in you now. But people don't understand that. They think it's literally ain't nobody going to be teaching. But I can see why they would think that based on how it's written. But come on, man. You think it's great. You say, moreover,
it is required.
It is what?
Required.
It is what?
Required.
That a steward.
That a man be found faithful.
Now tell them what required means. That man says it's required.
It's a tale to seek in order to find, to seek a thing, to require, to demand.
He demands that the manager of his household affairs be a munah, a mav, and a mom, faithful and steadfast. He demands it. So then when you go back and you examine in the text, you know what David was in Saul's house? A manager of household affairs. And guess what he was? Faithful. Then you look at David being king and manager of Yahuwah's household affairs, and guess what he was? Faithful. When you look at Phineas as being a high priest, guess what he was? Faithful. When you look at Moses, guess what he was? Faithful. Yahushua son of Nun, faithful. It's required. Yahuwah demands that. So when you start seeing an individual who ain't faithful, that nigga ain't a steward. He's not a manager of household affairs. So what you listening to this nigga for? That don't even make common sense. You know what I'm saying? Read it again, Sibby. Moreover,
it is required in stewards that a man be found faithful.
But with me,
it is a very small thing that I should be judged of you.
Out of or
of man's judgment.
Yet
I judge not my own self.
He said it's a very small thing that I should be judged of you out of whose judgment?
Or of man's judgment.
Yea, I judge not.
My own self.
Now we can sit back and we see how David judged his own self. You can sit back and look at how Korah tried to judge Moses based off man's judgment. Verse 4 though, for I know
nothing by myself,
yet I am not hereby
justified.
He that judged me
is the Lord.
That's what Moses said when he said, well, hey man, today Yahuwah gonna show you whom he have chosen, who is holy. Continue. Therefore,
judge nothing before the time
until the Lord come. That's what a lot of people's problem is. You judge stuff too quick.
Who both will bring to light the hidden things of darkness and will make manifest the counsels of the heart.
Then every man
have praise of
see, sometimes you judge things before the time. Amen, Joseph, man. Sometimes you judge things before the time instead of sit back. Look at me, Yahuwah gonna show you these counsels of the heart. He gonna make it plain. And these things, brethren, and I say that because you've seen that with Shimei, you've seen that with Absalom, you've seen that with Korah, you've seen that with Achan. You've seen him make manifest the counsels of the heart. You've seen the hidden things of darkness in these individuals that being named. You can go search the text and see that and see why he's saying this. Because this is what I told the brother the other day. Y'all in here already know this. That man, the word is in him. So the word is going to permeate in his speech, how he write, how he move. A lot of brothers, they don't understand that because the word ain't in them. So they don't know what that's like to where, man, that just flow out in your speech, not because you trying to make somebody think you a king of precepts or you done memorize so much word. But nigga, that's who I am. That's a part of who I am. It's gonna come in my speech. It's all in my walk, nigga. It's in my blood. It's in my walk, nigga. It's in my spirit, nigga. What are you talking about? Niggas don't know that because it's not a part of you. It's something you pretend to do when people look at, but you beat your meat when you log off. You're around there at the strip club playing with hoes when you log off. You hate your brother and you're lying on him when you log off. I just seen a dude, man, this nigga here crazy. Dude say this nigga say he got a runaway wife and the congregation won't send his wife back. Talking about this is third, fourth wife. My thing is, if your wife left you and she don't want to come back, why you want her? Why you want somebody to come back home that don't want you? Nah, if you leave and I say, baby, come back, and you like, I ain't coming back with you. I ain't finna tell a nigga to send you back. Now, the only way I'm gonna come get you is if, say, you got like the priest from Bethlehem, Judah. She went back to her daddy's house. You in somebody else's church staying at somebody, I ain't coming to get you, man. I ain't a mess right now. I'm nice and tight. Ain't no Charlene. You can get on me. And he said he seen the woman and they told her not to speak to him, not to talk to him. But it's the issue. I get it, because that's your old lady, however you see it. But man, if that woman tell you she don't want you, do you know how miserable your life gonna be by trying to make somebody be there who don't want to be there? You gonna make her be with you, and she telling you she don't want you? Where your self-respect at as a man? Absolutely. That's just the same, man. Look at it as a woman. If that man tell you he don't want you, don't be begging that nigga to be with him. He don't want you. That nigga gonna treat you like trash. Because he already don't want you. Yeah, man. Somebody tell you don't want you, just leave, man. Maintain your dignity and self-respect. You know what I'm saying? For real, though. People sacrifice their self-respect and dignity just to be with somebody who's clearly showing you that they don't fool with you like that. You know what I'm saying? Maintain your dignity and self-respect, man. Don't get that away for a little bit of loins or some company or for the hope of love or what you think is love, man. You got to love yourself more than that. Because I wish I would, man. Talk about sending my wife back. Hell no, I don't send her back. Let her stay right on around that end. You left from around here to go with them. Let them niggas take care of you. You don't come back over here fooling with me. No, you got to respect yourself, man. At all times. Come on, Sid. Where you at? Nah, verse 6. Keep on going.
And these things, brethren, are having a figure transferred to myself.
Apollos.
For your sake.
That you might
learn in us not to think of men above that which is written.
That's people's first mistake. Is they think above men from that which is written. And you know what he wrote that he was written? He said, in my haste, I said, all men are liars. He tell you there's no man upon the earth that is righteous that sin not. Now, of course, you know that before the Lord came, but the point of the matter is they flesh and blood. Stop looking at men above that which is written. That's your mistake. You putting people on a pedestal. You cannot put flesh and blood on a pedestal. That is retarded. Read it again, verse 6, man.
These things, brethren, are having a figure transferred to myself and to Apollos for your sakes.
That you might
learn in us not to think of men above that which is written.
That's right.
That no one of you be puffed up for one against another.
Because when you think about that there, that's when pride go in and niggas go to beefing with each other. Solomon's a good example in this. That if he fell, how much more than us? Definitely. And Ben told you that. And Solomon fell behind, not even getting yams, because he was old. You know what I'm talking about? It's more so of one, when you get old, you don't have as much resistance to folly. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're dealing with any type of malady. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, you're gonna be inclined to satisfy your wife and people because you're in a weak state, and people will take advantage of that. Why you think people like to prey on old and young people? Because they can take advantage of it. And they know that. And that's why it's a special place in hell for both of them. For niggas who do that to either end of the spectrum. Come on with it, man.
For who made you to defer from another? What have you that you did not receive?
Now,
if you did receive it,
why do you glory?
As if you had not received it.
Now,
you are full,
you are
rich,
you have reigned
as kings without us.
I would, Elohim,
you did reign,
that we also might reign with you.
For I think that Elohim have set forth us, the apostles' last,
as it were,
appointed to death.
For we have made a spectacle
unto the world
and unto Malachim. We are fools,
for Hamashiach,
but you are wise.
Hamashiach, we are weak,
but you are
strong.
You are honorable,
but we are despised.
Now you know what it come in when he tell you we are fools for Hamashiach's sake, but you wise. Because remember, he say stripes are made for whose back? So you know they fools for Hamashiach's sake, because in the eyesight of man, they getting persecuted, beaten, and afflicted for the word. But you get the skill and the wisdom. You ain't got to go through that. They weak, but you strong. Because he about to tell you. He about to tell you what they go through. Verse 11.
Even until this present hour, we both hunger and thirst.
Because the Lord told you what? He said the foxes have holes, the birds have nests, but the son of Adam have nowhere to lay his head at. Listen what else he said.
And are naked and are buffeted.
And have no
certain dwelling.
Labor.
Working with our own hands.
Being reviled.
Blessed,
being persecuted.
Suffered.
We know that Yahusha blessed them people when they reviled him. And when he was persecuted, he just dealt with it. Continue. Being defamed. When they defamed him, he prayed, I will forgive them. They know not what they do. He prayed for them. Continue.
We are made as the filth of the world, and are the offspring of all things unto this day.
That's good. But you see, you got to go through that. See, he's just not writing this stuff, man. It's word for that. Then you can understand, okay, this is why he's saying this to these people. Then you get an understanding. But most dudes don't know the word like that. And you know why they don't know the word like that? Because you study the word to debate. You don't study the word to get the understanding of your God. You don't study the word to get an understanding of the wisdom and righteousness of faith and salvation that's in Yahushua HaMashiach. You studying it to cut somebody's doctrine. And when you do that, you'll never know the word in whole, because you're only going to know the part you're going to go to that's going to support whatever you're arguing about. I give praise to Yahuwah that I ain't coming to word and start that way. I wasn't trying to cut nobody. Cut you for what? I wasn't around nobody to debate with, so I didn't care. You know, we could debate niggas and bash them up. You know the only debates we used to do with niggas? You wasn't around. You don't know. Though Johnny don't know neither. He know. It was only dudes who didn't believe that Yahushua was the son of God. That's it. And after a while, I got tired of talking to them. You know what I'm saying? And stop doing that. And even then, what I used to tell, they go to blaspheming. I'm going to hang the phone up. You can stay on here with them. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to hang the phone up. I'm not going to sit here and listen to this. So, like, that was it. Man, I ain't got time for all that. I ain't finna be going back and forth with you. I don't care about winning no debate. You win a debate, then what? Ask yourself this here. If you won a debate and nobody's soul got saved, what good was the win? That was vanity, sir. That was to feed your own ego and pride. That's unfortunate. Deuteronomy 33. Now you see how the blessings of him that was separate, and we already did this here. So let's go to Exodus 9. Oh, did you read Exodus 3? No, you didn't. Exodus 3 and 2. We didn't put that on the table. Exodus 3 and 2.
And the Malachim of Yahuwah appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush. And he looked, and behold, the bush burned with fire, and the bush was not consumed.
Go ahead.
And Moses said, I will now turn aside and see this great sight, why the bush is not burnt. When Yahuwah saw that he turned aside to see, Elohim called unto him out of the midst of the bush and said, Moses, Moses, and he said, Here am I.
You know what people argue about with that verse? Is that God in the bush or is that an angel? Who cares? I don't care. Because obviously, if the book say the angel was in the bush, then the angel was in the bush. But it said Yahuwah said, well, clearly he using him to be his mouthpiece. But once I determined that information, what good did that do for my soul? Do I know God any better from that? Can that subdue my lust? Has my faith been strengthened with this piece of information? When I go through adversity, what will that piece of information do for me? When I'm being persecuted for righteousness' sake, what piece of that? I'm going to tell them, well, at least I know that wasn't no angel. That was an angel in that bush. Nobody cares. Now, I know how this happens, and I told you this before, and I want you to, and I'm just saying this for the aspect of, what's the word I'm looking for? Perspective. When you're around people who have theological conversations, you're going to have theological conversations about matters like that. And that's cool if you're going to be in circles with people who are having those theological conversations. Make sure that you're adept and skilled enough in whatever matter it is to have that theological conversation. But when you're in the business of soul saving, regular people don't care about that. They're not intrigued by that information. They don't want to hear that information. And you have to walk away, and you have to have the ability that if you want to be a part of theological conversations and debates, that you know when and where and whom to have those conversations with. Simple as that. You can't have that conversation with somebody who don't know no word, who just want to know who God is and what is required of me to satisfy him that I might escape death. They don't want to hear that. And you know how I know they don't want to hear that? Because I've been outside with them. And I was one of them people. Because if you would have came to talking to me about that, I'd definitely be like, yeah, I'm going to make sure I don't never talk to this man again. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't care about that. I don't care about that. That don't do nothing for me. Go ahead.
You said draw
That's
down
your
your
turn.
hair. Put off
You
your
need
shoes.
to get them under control. Hold on. You need to get... Nah, that ain't no baby. Nah, that ain't no baby. You got to churn over. Shoot, I ain't doing wrong. I ain't put, no. That ain't him. It's 3 other children over there. You trying to blame him. So you telling me that's just him? I can clearly hear another child. She gonna tell me it's just him. Well, I don't care who tells me. Oh, you telling him to move?
Okay, she's a baby too.
That ain't no baby. She can walk.
First off, Joelle was a baby since she was 3. My baby don't count.
She ain't no baby. She's a line stepper. Because I know you done heard me on numerous occasions say that baby is a habitual line stepper. She's been a line stepper since she was about 7 months old. You act like I done tried to hide the fact that she's a habitual line stepper. She's been a line stepper since at least 6 months. The whole time. I ain't never tried to duck that off and be like, "Oh, my baby's sweet." No, she not.
She's sweet. She's still a baby. Now, you know.
Now I call her a baby, but she ain't no baby. What DMX said? See niggas having a good time, I'ma ruin it. He said I knew what I was. He said, and everything I did, I knew what I was doing. That baby's a line stepper. She knows that. Look at she been screaming out her mama since she was about 10 months. With derision, like indignation. Like, do what I said. Hey, Eric said, I've never met this baby before. Met this child, but I put money. He talking about little baby Joanne. And he would win his money. No, I mean my baby's a line stepper. And a part-time bully. She been bullying Muffin for a long time. No, she hasn't. Because now she bully her brother. They do count. He definitely did. But you know what Joanne did today? She literally threw a proper jab motion at her brother. I didn't teach you this. How do you know how to do this? She don't even watch wrestling. She don't even watch wrestling. I'm positive. Nobody be in there with me. Cause Joanne hit him. Man, look at that boy. She would do something to him and he'll wait and pause and then come back over there, bah! And then hug her after. Yeah, that's what she do. He said, if you're not careful, she gonna drag that baby stuff till she 11 years old. Nah, because he fight back and I let it. Nah, because I've been told her, don't hit him. Then you hit him anyway. So I'm gonna let him hit you back so you can learn to keep your hands off of people. There's consequences you put your hands on people. And she wanna cry. That boy pick up toys and all and hit her with it. Hard ones too. Joanne don't care. I think it was last week before she clocked in or something, right? Yeah, she did. See, Eric said he remember hearing her hitting him with something in the middle of me. She don't be can. Yeah, she don't be can. Little rude little baby. Where's she at right now? Probably in there trying to run something right now. Joanne. Because I don't remember Lee and Lizzie fighting like that. They ain't fight like that, did they? Y'all might have been too close in age to be fighting. I don't know. Shoot, Joanne and Jamal ain't that far. Joanne just rude. She don't mind now. And I'm talking about attitude, boy. She be screaming at me like this here. No! Like, what, you gonna fight? I just walk away. Oh, you can I just walk away. Come on, sit up. Where we at with
Verse 5.
Come on.
He said, draw not near here. Put off your shoes from off your feet, for the place wherein you stand is Kadash ground. Moreover, he said, I'm the Elohim of your father, the Elohim of Abraham, the Elohim of Isaac, and the Elohim of Jacob. And Moses hid his face, for he was afraid to look upon Elohim. Yahuwah said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people.
I've seen your pain,
which are in Egypt, and have heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters, for I know their sorrows. And I have come down to deliver them out of the hand of the
So when you look at the blessings of him that was in the bush, it's speaking of deliverance. Because that's the message that was delivered from the Malachim by way of Yahuwah in the bush. Deliverance. I saw your affliction. I see your sufferings and the forced labor which you've been forced to serve. I'm coming to set you free. So come over here to Exodus 9 and 16. Listen to what he said.
And the very deed for this cause have I raised you up, for showing you my power, and that my name may be declared throughout all the earth.
I have raised you up. Now we know Yahushua was raised up for a time such as this, that the power of God might be made known in him. Now I want you to go to John chapter 19 and 10. Ruthie. See, Ruthie, you a borderline line stepper. You ain't habitual yet.
No.
See, you ready to step the line right now.
Then said Pilate unto him, speak you not unto me? Know you not that I have power to crucify you and have power to release you?
Now I'm coming here for this point. Read it.
Yahushua answered, you could have no power at all against me,
Except
they were given you from above. Therefore he that delivered me unto you had the greater sin.
say get the ice or witch hazel and olive. No, it's not done. I ain't gonna say that I have a problem with him fighting. Cause she be trying to bully him. And she need to learn not to bully people, and he need to learn not to get bullied. And I ain't have to tell him to fight back. He fought back on his own. Because what she like to do is take stuff from him. You know what I'm saying? He might be minding his business. She want to come over there and take it. And he get mad. And then shoot, he go ahead and throw his hands up. You know what I'm saying? Then it's just harnessing that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at him because that means you ain't gonna make me out to be no punk trick like my man Bruce like to say. You ain't gonna make me out to be no hoe. You ain't gonna know because you gotta have the attitude as baby. You can't let nobody take nothing from you. You just sit there and cry about it. He be mad though, and then he go do something about it. You know what I'm saying? But she be doing that stuff on purpose. She know what she do. She do it to get a reaction out of him. She know he gonna be mad. She like this here, like you just taking it from him just to make him upset. So you got to learn that you can't do people like that. They might bust you upside your head. You know, you let them do it and then you explain it to them later. Right now, they're not perceptive enough to catch the wisdom yet. You know, but when they get about 5 or 6, that's when they'll be able to understand it. But right now, she got to learn schoolyard rules. Schoolyard, somebody will bust you in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? And if you come crying, he hit me in my mouth. Why they hit you? Because I took his toy. Well, he should have hit you in your mouth. Because you need to learn to leave people alone. That's why I said earlier, that's why that white boy did. He ain't leave people alone. No, you ain't supposed to be in our tent. Now you want to physically put hands on him. You should have gotten the dope. Should have called the police. You should have let somebody do their job. You took something upon yourself to do something that's above your pay grade, and now you finna go in the grade. And I ain't saying that to disparage him because he Caucasian. I'm saying that because that's what happens when you overstep your bounds, because you did it to the wrong person. Now, some people say that he Mardi Gras the boy with his brother and stepped on his phone. I don't know. I wasn't there. People say a whole bunch of things. But what I do know, the consensus is that white boy put his hands on that boy, and that boy made sure he never put his hands on nobody else. And that's what people get the mistake at. You can't tell somebody how to respond when you go put your dick beaters on them. Straight up and down. Because you could have kept your hands to yourself. Don't always tell you to leave people alone. Now, allegedly, the boy told the white boy, you put your hands on me, I got something for you. So he done already told you that. Now, some people say the white boy was a bully. Now, if you take into account that he told him, if you put your hands on me, I got something for you, my life experience tells me that white boy probably was a bully. Because somebody who ain't on that type of time, when they hear that, they be like, okay, this nigga, wow, I'm gonna leave him alone. You know what I'm saying? Like even the hardest gangster of gangsters, if he know he ain't got nothing on him, and somebody telling you, yeah, I'm gonna let that, you got it. What that nigga say, I'm gonna see you. And they gonna slide. Bullies don't take those type of threats because they feel like you can't do nothing to me. So that lets me know that more than likely he ain't never ran up on somebody who could whoop him. More than likely probably dealt with people who were in awe of him based off his social status or scared of him based off of his size. When somebody tell you before something happened, if you put your hands on me, I'm going to do something to you, I'm going to go ahead and take your word for that, cuz. Especially if I ain't got nothing on me. Because he done told me. So that's why I say my life experience, this is not, obviously I wasn't there, tells me that white boy probably was a bully. And he thought cuz was just talking. You know what I'm talking about? And cuz showed him he wasn't just talking. And bam! Now you lying. Oh, no, don't cry now, nigga. See, them be the worst type of people. You mess with people, you get out of bounds, they do something to you, now you're looking stupid crying. Don't cry now because that's what you wanted. That's what you wanted. But I'm saying this from a man's point of view. When you're dealing with men, you have to know that there's a potential chance of violence every time you interact with another man, especially if you're talking crazy to him. You know what I'm saying? Especially, and I know these are children, they 17 years old, but he's still a man. He still got testosterone. He still got it in his mind. Ain't nobody finna make me out to be no hoe. I ain't no buster. And he showed him. Now your daddy sad. Your twin brother had to hold you in his arms while you died because you thought you was tough. You know what I'm saying? And you can't go in no interaction. That's why I would tell you, go in any interaction with anybody, you better be prepared to kill or be killed. That's how you got to go into it. All that thinking you just finna fight, that's going to be the end of it. Even if that's all it's going to be, you can't have that thought process, man. You got to be ready to be killed or be killed. Legit, let it be known. You come over here because I got something for you. Now your people burying you. They mad because the young man done got $200,000+ raised on GoFundMe. They gave the little boy $1 million bail. This nigga ain't no flight risk. Where is he gonna go?
I don't think nobody had any intent on fleeing.
No, they say he stayed right there and said, yeah, I stabbed him. See, that tells me that's an individual who had it in his mind from the jump. If this white boy run up on me, boy, I got something for him, and I ain't going nowhere because I was defending myself.
That's all that you want to like yourself.
This was in the outside of Dallas.
Just have to track me.
You dying at a track and field, me talking about this, ain't, you don't go to our school, you can't be under this tent. That's what he died for. He's like, you keep telling your kids you can't control how someone reacts to what you do? Absolutely can't. Messing with people gonna have you on a t-shirt. Got your family releasing balloon. And I ain't saying that to be hard. I'm saying that because you need to hear that plain of what that is. You messing with people. And you messing with people over a sudden you ain't have authority over. Because if it bothered you so much that he was in the wrong space, all you had to do was get the proper authority over there to deal with it. That's all you had to do. Especially once he done told you, you come over here messing with me, I got something for you. Yeah, man. But come on, man. So you know what? It's 11:08. We got to come back tomorrow anyway. But we'll stop right there for now. Because we got Joseph out the way. So now we could get Exodus 9 in a more detailed fashion and reintegrate back these resurrection from the dead points. I will say I appreciate everybody who done rolled out for the entire week because we will be concluding Unleavened Bread tomorrow evening. Tomorrow evening's regular scheduled programming. So, yeah, 7:30 tomorrow. It's regular scheduled programming. So we give thanks to Yahuwah for allowing us to gather again on another feast and for the food provided for during it. What is it, 2025? We've been gathering every day for the feast for 13 years. So this ain't something we just doing just to do it. We were doing it before there was a YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? We were doing it with damn sure wasn't all he turned in here. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't up but a couple. Just leave it and listen. You know what I'm saying? It'll be 13 in November. You know what I'm saying? It was just shoot. It really was just me, Muffin and Nell and Jason. And then Bell. And then Dwight. Then it was just me, Muffin, Nell, and Dwight, and Lee, Michael Glover. Then a few other people that ain't here no more. And some of y'all came in 2015, 16, and then so on and so forth. You know what I'm talking about? But we're going to say hallelujah for Yahushua the word. Lee's like, yeah, I was there. You was there, Lee? At least I don't give a damn. That's how she was looking. Don't bring me into this. I'm just holding my baby. Remember, it was just Michael, huh? That was a long time ago, ain't it? You approved me. Yes, ma'am. I remember when she was carrying little Mike. Now look at him. Ain't nothing little about him. Look like he gonna be bigger than his daddy. You think he gonna be taller than his daddy? No, I'm looking at his beard. He look like he gonna be taller than Mike. Amen, Marcus, man. Love you too, bro. So, man, yeah, y'all willing, we'll be back tomorrow night for regular scheduled programming. And again, I appreciate y'all and bless y'all the house of Elohim in the name of Yahushua. And we say hallelujah for Yahushua in the word. Amen, man. Shoot, praise the Lord. Yeah, you can go back on the old videos. You can see Leah and Lizzie in the thumbnail when they were just babies. Yes, they were baby in a lot of videos. I don't know, a whole bunch of them. But yeah, we'll pick up on the road that we rolling down, man. Amen, man. You a group, man. Shalom, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just way I can consider let everybody get this food. The next feast day is what? May 26th? 27th? One of them days. Pentecost. If anybody is coming for second Passover, you need to let me know that so I can prepare if I'm going to stream or not. Because if you ain't showing up, I ain't streaming.
What are you doing Pentecost on the 24th to the 25th?
Yeah, so Pentecost is on May the 24th. But service will be the 25th at 1:30 p.m.
On a Saturday. You start Saturday.
Yeah, so May 20th. It start May 24th, but service is on that Sunday at 1:30 p.m. That's when that service will be, is at 1:30 p.m. There is no double service on Pentecost. Don't ask. We ain't never did it. I ain't finna do it. Don't ask me to do it, because I ain't doing it. And we'll go from there. But if second Passover is done, I think that's going to be May the 2nd. So, and that's for people who weren't able to get here to take it. So by reason of any manner of uncleanliness or whatever the case may be, or distance. So if you plan on coming for that, just let me know so we can make proper preparations. Because if not, then I'm not streaming. I only stream on second Passover if somebody coming to take it. If ain't nobody coming to take it, then I'm not holding. We don't have service on second Passover. Again, I appreciate y'all. Bless y'all the house out here in the name of Yahshua. We got to get these children fed. And y'all willing till tomorrow.